You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. What's up?
And you go so fast. You forgot the end.
It's been a rough day since we've gotten here, so we'll start that whole intro over again. Edit it out for YouTube later on. What's up, man? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I'm here with...
You go so fast. Yeah.
Yay, she's back. She's not with Pablo Escobar anymore,
Nigga.
being a drug mule.
I am not smuggling drugs, people.
All right.
My job is based in Dallas, Texas, so I have to occasionally travel to Dallas. Yeah.
Right across from the Mexican cartel.
Shut up.
So
I'm back. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
believe what you want to believe.
We
What is
would
today?
have all the shit that we needed.
Today's the
That was case.
13th.
Yes.
That's
Tomorrow
why we
is
got it.
Valentine's Day. Huh?
Huh?
What?
So that's why we got it.
What do we got?
I don't know. Whatever we got from the Mexicans.
My job takes care of that. Anyway, but tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Yay! Love.
Let's get into these birthdays. First, let's check in. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah. How y'all doing?
I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I am doing okay. I'm doing good. I don't have any reason to complain. It was a productive day. It's a good day. I'm back. I don't have to travel for another, 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm happy. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I know that mixing pineapple, spinach, and ginger is probably something you want to do at home.
Ew. That doesn't even sound good.
It was actually pretty tasty. That ginger was spicy, but I see what it does to you.
Is that a new cleanse we're on?
It is
Hmm.
anti-inflammatory.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
know if it works.
So I'm trying to do it. Already has.
No, but no, for your inflammation.
It's already starting.
Okay.
And literally, like, my hands, I'm like, what in the hell? I've been peeing and doo-dooing
We don't need to
all
know that.
day. Buddy been on the toilet.
We don't need to know that.
Okay.
So birthdays. Yay!
Oop, wrong thing. Okay, so I'm trying to manage two things at once. So birthdays, we're gonna go with the birthdays that were yesterday that we happened to miss
Oh.
because it was the weekend. So one of my former players, Rashid Howard, happy birthday. It's a happy birthday, but it's also a sad thing because he's no longer with us. One of my players, Dante Broadus, happy birthday.
Oh.
Delbert Tyler, happy birthday. My man, Coach Lou. Lou is celebrating a healthy 40 years old that was yesterday. Sorry that your San Francisco 49ers lost, buddy.
Mhm.
B. Marshall, happy birthday. And today, out of all the friends and followers, I have over 3,000 friends and followers. Only one person had a birthday today. And he is, did that sound like somebody karate chopped me in the neck? And what?
It sound like Goofy.
I sound, and he is. What the fuck?
What?
I got to get it together.
Yes.
Ooh. He is Rocky Tilvis. Rocky Tilvis is a gentleman I went to high school with. One of the coolest dudes ever, man. One of the guys that just kind of chilled out, stayed in his own lane, stayed out of people's way. He and I have been friends since high school. So Rocky and your family, hopefully everybody's enjoying your birthday. Happy birthday to you, sir. And happy birthday to everybody who had a birthday yesterday that we did not get a chance to say happy birthday to live, but we said it today.
I have two.
Oh.
So Naya T, her baby girl, it was her birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, my unofficial little official niece.
How come that didn't come from that? Go
because
ahead.
you probably don't have her
As a
Alias,
friend.
yes.
Yeah.
One of mom's, I guess, companions, or not companions, like work cohorts, whatever you want to call it. Stephen Bradley, it was his birthday as well, and he always supported my toy drive. So shout out to him, and he always wishes me a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. And then today, I only have one person as well. One of my previous coworkers, Bernard, absolutely hilarious. He is definitely someone where I'm like, I need to hang out with you soon, because his sense of humor is unmatched. So happy birthday to you, fellow Aquarius.
Happy birthday. And so y'all know what it is. Time to sing our happy birthday song. And once again, if you guys know who this gentleman is and these people, please let us know, because we stole their song. And here we go.
Y'all ready? Well, happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Well, you look good. You look good. You look fine. You look fine. We hold you at a good time. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you.
And as the graphic says, continue to live every day as it's worth celebrating.
Yay.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
And before we move on, I want to give a quick shout out to Ryan Ziegler. Ryan Ziegler is a young man that I have worked with for the past 2 years now, maybe even 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he today at 3:30, unfortunately we couldn't be there because he was it today or yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I'm sorry, yesterday at 3:30 we had meetings, so we could not be there. But he signed his letter of intent to go to Central. So he will be going to North Carolina Central to play football. So that is a huge congratulations. I am also going to have him on the show.
Yeah.
And we're going to interview him, because the thing is, he's a hometown guy. He's in Durham. He's going to school in Durham. So we definitely want to celebrate him and talk to him about, staying home and being a hometown guy and going to college, and what he expects. And, we'll pull in some other people who have signed and some high school athletes, not just football, all sports. And hopefully we can get some coaches, some high school coaches in here as well, too, to just talk to us and spread their information and knowledge about, high school sports and what we can do to continue to help and support these young people, because it's pretty tough now for them in their recruiting process due to some of the NCAA rules, which we will not get into because it's a long list. But with some of the new NCAA things, it's just making it a little tough for those guys and gals for recruitment. And so those who do actually make it into that 5 to 6%, we want to do our part to celebrate them. So our first guy, like I said, is Ryan Ziegler, and we will we'll get him on the show, and we'll interview him here.
Yeah. Are you proud of seeing his progression?
I'm proud. I'm proud of him, very much so. I'm very proud of him, and I'm proud of the family, because the recruiting process is not easy, and there's a lot of ups and downs. And I'm glad, it may have seemed like I backed up a little bit, but it's not that I backed up. When you're on the outside looking in, and it's such a big decision for the family, you want the family to make the decision.
Absolutely.
And now that they made a decision, and I think it's a great decision, now I want to make sure I do my part to continue to celebrate and support. And that's what we'll do with getting them here.
All right. Yay.
Yeah. So let's move into our
entertainment news.
Oh,
What?
It's an old graphic.
That's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Let's
roll.
Sorry about that, guys.
So we're only talking about one of the 3 people that you saw featured there. But
I'm not on my A game right now, guys. I am not.
It's still entertainment news.
Ouch.
And to kick it off, let's talk about Queen Bee herself. Yes, Miss
She will
Beyonce.
go to a photo, and I got all these videos lined up. Jesus
Miss
Christ.
Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. She has released some country music, as you guys have heard over the past couple of days. It was announced during the Super Bowl that she is going to drop her second act of Renaissance on 3/29. It's going to be country music based, and people are excited about it. You know, everyone's getting their yeehaws and, you know, darn tootin' lingo together for this next drop. But there has been some controversy behind this whole entire thing. And let's preface it this way. It's not as big of a deal as people are making it. So let's start there, because a lot of people are starting to get in cahoots about this radio station, KYKC, who we've been told that they are refusing to play Beyonce's music, and that is not the case. So to give you guys a little bit of, you know, scoop here, there was someone who decided to run to Twitter and or X and say that they requested Texas Hold'em. What's going on?
I took the thing off the screen.
Yeah. They requested Texas Hold'em.
Man, we are all over the place. Deep breath. Let's collect it.
Yes.
Get it back together. Go ahead.
And when they went to request the music, they got this email below, which it says, "Hi, we do not play Beyonce on KYKC as we are a country music station. Thank you." Well, they took that narrative and that verbiage and ran with it. It has since gone viral. The Beehive has the pitchforks and ready to go. They're ready to attack this independently owned radio station. And y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, that's not the case. They are a country music station, and they did not even put two and two together that the person was essentially referring to the country music, because they did not have the MP3s or the files as the time when the person was asking for it. So you can't play what you don't have. So this was their statement, and it says, "I think we issued just a generic reply when we should have been more detailed. If someone emailed our country station and requested a Rolling Stone song, we would have probably replied the same. Beyonce is known for not being a country artist, so we just replied to the effort, to that effect. But we are actually excited that she has crossed over to a new genre, and we will watch it closely to see if a bigger station start playing it and watch it on the chart. We do play the songs that are on the top 40 station, KXFC, on that station, but we haven't added it yet to our country station. We are a big Beyonce fans here, and we really hope it does well, as we like seeing new artists go into the format." So relax. Yeah. Relax. Do not attack this small radio station. It was a mistake, and it's not what people are trying to make it, where anyone's trying to boycott Beyonce. And as you read later on in the article, they also, like I said, stated that they just did not have the music yet to be able to play. But once they get it, they said they're more than happy to go ahead and put it in rotation.
We got it. You gonna play it?
So anyway.
I mean, we do.
Anyway, to celebrate B a little bit, Texas Hold'em debuted at number 4 on the global Spotify chart with 4.3 million streams, and number 2 on the US Spotify chart with 2.2 million streams. So kudos to her for that. As I mentioned off air, I am not a fan of country music. There's probably 2 that I can name that I actually do like. Outside of that, it's not something where I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, let me put this on my playlist. Are you a country music fan?
Certain songs, certain songs. I like the stories. Like, I like Ray Charles country music a lot. It's a lot of soul in it.
Okay.
You won't catch me like with Billy Ray Cyrus or anything like that.
Don't break my heart.
Yeah, not that. But there are some Kenny Rogers jams I really enjoy. So like, I don't know if Steely Dan or no, not Steely Dan. What is it called? It's another group that I like that I don't know if they're considered country. They might be considered folk.
Fleetwood Mac?
Nah. Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, they're I think they might be considered folk, but they're close to country because they sound like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. So there's where the stories are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like pop country.
I can see that. I like more of R&B country, where it has more of a melody and a flow and all of that.
Yeah. There's not too many things that music I won't listen to. unless it's like super duper poppy. I just don't like pop music.
Really?
Pop music and 80s music sound like the same to me.
There we go.
So it's like I don't really get into that pop thing. But if there's a story behind it and there's a little bit of soul, because I believe pop music is stripped of soul. Pop music is similar
It's
to
fun.
what,
It's popular
yeah, and
music.
it's the what are those people? K-pop. Like it's like all that stuff. I don't like it.
Don't get me started on that. So that's why we are going to move
That's why
on.
it's easy to simulate.
So speaking of music and songstress, Miss Alicia Keys. If you guys did not watch this clip just yet, we have it for you. But before we get into it, she was set to perform. She did perform at the Super Bowl with Usher when she came out. She started off with If I Ain't Got You before they went into My Boo, but that starting note was a little crazy. And what's even crazier is that now they have decided to fix it and alter it to where it sounds like she actually did hit the note. So let's play the original video.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if it ain't you, baby.
Yes. Yes.
So now
I
we
like the
can-
rawness of that bad first note. I love it.
Even the hum wasn't there.
I love it.
Now,
I wonder if her thing in her ear was working or something. Like,
honestly, it sounded like she got a little choked up. So I don't know if it was nerves or
so
whatever.
Luther Vandross said that it's hard sometimes to pull that first note out of the air, depending on the artist. Because he said there's a few songs where that first note, you got to pull that thing. I don't know if this song was that deep
It's not.
for that to pull that first note out, but okay, let's go.
So let's hear the fixed one.
So this is her fixing it. This is her fixing. See, this is Alicia Keys here fixing her notes down in that damn YouTube. Yins, guys. So here we go. Listen to this.
Some people want it all.
I don't think that was the original one.
That there's definitely a huge difference there. A huge difference. But this is
Great
when,
editing.
Wonderful editing. This is when I have to pose the question of, do you really think that highly of yourself to where you had to have it edited? Who cares? You missed a note. Keep it moving. That's not going to diminish your legacy and your accolades. Like, everybody messes up.
But that was bad.
It wasn't that. I mean, it was bad, but it's okay.
Some people.
But Alicia Keys is no one's vocalist. Once we actually can have an honest conversation about this and realize that she is not that good of a singer, then we can realize that stuff like that isn't a big deal, because I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, Alicia Keys would never. Now, if that was like a Jasmine Sullivan, if that was like a Haley or, a Whitney Houston or something like that, then I could see. But Alicia Keys has never been on anyone's strong vocalist list. No one's.
I don't know how she prepared. Like, was you at sound check? Like, did you know how this was gonna go?
She had sound check, and they did the pre-show, photos and all stuff like that. It really just sounds like she got choked up, or it was nerves.
Nerves? You've been on tour. How about it's just over for you?
That's nice.
You just go be Swiss Beats' wife now, because that performance was lackluster from the whole. He should have just. If I was Usher, I'm like, damn. I should have not put you in this. There's a lot of other things we could have did besides have you in here singing like this. Usher had to do stuff like act like he was on grab her butt and stuff to get us to stop paying attention to the fact that she was flat.
When will y'all realize she's not a good singer? She's a phenomenal pianist. Oh my goodness. And I mean, I just know her music theory is off the charts. But when it comes to that voice, it's just not that good. It shows that she's human, and now you are just showing the younger generation that they have to be perfect. I feel the same way. Like, it's a mistake. It's okay. Just let it fly and keep it moving, because I promise you, it wasn't as bad as Jermaine Dupri's socks. Because what the hell was that?
Let's talk about something else, because that nigga going up there looking like a grown-ass toddler. You know what? I'm so tired of us doing stuff like that in the name of fashion.
You look stupid.
Those socks and them shoes, it looked like he was just about to start saying, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Like, and you all this dopeness going on, and you're like, yep, this is going to kill him.
Why not just a regular pair of jeans? And even if you would have wore like an Atlanta jersey or something like that, like, dude, what are we doing?
Ludacris came out in his best Wolverine outfit, and nobody said a word.
And the fro, which I was really happy to see. It's like, yes.
I mean, the fro is him, but that Wolverine outfit was like,
While we're on the topic of Usher, it has been speculated and it has been slightly reported and rumored that he is married, but it has been confirmed. Usher has officially tied the knot with his longtime girlfriend, and they just did like one of those quick, Vegas ceremonies where they went to one of the quick chapels and made it, do what it do, and went on about their business. So congratulations to Usher and to his girlfriend, Jennifer.
My man's on top of the world right now.
Hey. And while we're talking about the Super Bowl, one artist decides to weigh in. After it was announced that the Super Bowl next year will be in New Orleans, T-Pain, he said that he feels as though he has an extensive...
You're going too fast. Damn it. I'm one nigga back here trying to keep it together. Slow down, man. Damn. You see me struggling, like, at least slow your speech. God damn. You're like, and this ain't no news where we got a teleprompter rolling. This is me.
I'm like, nigga, let's go. Let's go.
God damn. You still got more videos? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, is this a picture? Is it a video? I'm searching.
Well, make sure you get, because this is next. So get that teed up. So T-Pain. Now, he is saying that he feels as though he has an extensive catalog to where he can possibly be considered for the Super Bowl. My question to you, the viewers, and to you, do you feel that T-Pain is number one Super Bowl material, and two, that he has enough to be able to perform?
He's better than Alicia Keys.
Ooh.
T-Pain can sing without his auto-tune,
Mm-hmm.
and he definitely has 15 minutes worth of music.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
I think it would be phenomenal because he's entertaining. So why not?
Yeah, well, I mean,
and he's done a lot of writing for people. So
yeah, let him go out there and be a minstrel show character like he does. Because he does that. He does it, he'll go up there with that whole circus thing with the hat and the ridiculous shades and all that shit.
Got money and you know it. Take it out your pocket and show it.
Yeah.
That away.
And everybody will be out there.
I will. Hey.
See?
Yeah.
He would do well.
I think he would do phenomenal.
Anybody who has the ability to entertain outside of their singing will do well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not asking an artist who just stands at the microphone and their voice is the show. That would be different. But when you're asking somebody like T-Pain, who he's already entertaining himself, like just as a person who he is, it'll be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Dr. Dre had to have Snoop and everybody else, because Dre's not entertaining.
Not at all.
He's very dry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when you add in cheesing ass Anderson .Paak, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent hanging from the ceiling, and Snoop Dogg and Eminem, now it makes Kendrick. Now it makes an unentertaining Dre. Like it's a whole thing. But if we had to just sit there and look at him perform songs off the Chronic, it'd have been the same thing. Like, man. So T-Pain is cool.
Yes.
I don't think that's a problem.
I would 100% be down to see T-Pain.
I want to know what that check is hitting for, because you're getting paid.
Who? No, you don't. Not the Super Bowl.
You don't get paid for that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, then I'm not performing shit.
No, nobody gets paid.
I just thought The Weeknd was a total loser. That's why he had to pay for his own show.
Are you so against his performance?
Really? You didn't see it? He walking in the hallway like, Like, are you fucking serious? Have you heard from him since?
Yes, he's been doing well.
Has he?
Yeah, his music has been doing very well.
Amongst black people?
I don't have the statistics for black for whites.
After that was over, it was like
he's that guy. I mean, unfortunately, his TV show got canceled on HBO. There was a lot of controversy behind that.
He had a TV show too?
Yes.
Terrible.
Yes. He had a TV show, but it got canceled. There was a lot of controversy behind that. A lot of scenes where they're like, this is not safe for, But outside of that, music-wise, The Weeknd is pulling numbers. Like, he is the guy. So, speaking of numbers and music, Miss SZA, she is celebrating something that is really cool. She's celebrating the fact that SOS is becoming the first album by a Black female to spend a year in the top 100 on Billboard 200. I think that's a really cool, accolade to have. So kudos to her, because we all know Snooze, Kill Bill, those two songs were on every single TikTok, Instagram, Facebook challenge, and her sounds are still trending. So kudos to her. Happy to hear that. Anytime I can see a Black person winning for Black History Month, or just even for the whole entire year, I'm here for it. And speaking of winning, could this possibly be a winning move for Mr. West himself? If you guys are following, or if you have or have not seen, Kanye West has posted back up with the CEO of Adidas. Now, we all know that the two of them, he decided to pull out and it cost the company billions of dollars. But now it seems like the two are going to be working together. Do you feel like it's a smart move, or do you think that this is just a part of, Kanye's scheme to do whatever it is that he's doing?
No, this is more of what I said before, of Kanye going to always do what Kanye do, because money talks, bullish walks. And so as long as he's generating money for them, he's going to keep being a fool. We haven't done anything to shake Kanye's bottom line. Mm-hmm. So because of that, you will keep seeing Kanye show his behind. At the end of the day, I'm tired of Ye. I'm tired of his antics. I'm tired of all that stuff with him, man. And I don't know who's buying and who's doing the stuff for him that's doing it, but we need to stop, because he just
doesn't stop.
He don't stop. And as long as he can he's proven his point that people really don't care. Like, he does this stuff to piss people off. Like, in his songs, you hear him say, like, y'all ain't listening to me. Like, he literally has a verse where he says, like, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, it keeps selling. But it's one of them things that I swipe or I cut off as soon as he's on talking.
Well, did you hear about the whole thing with the Donna Summer estate?
Yeah, he AI'd her voice.
Even though they told him specifically no, they did not clear the sample. He decided to take the sample anyway, change the chords a bit, and use some AI for the voice, and did it. So I'm pretty sure that a lawsuit is underway for that.
And he got the money to pay, and the song will stay.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever, I'm going to do it anyway. Just like people, if you go to his album, it says Gold Digger is performed by Ray Charles, but it's performed by Jamie Foxx. But he says Ray Charles, but it's performed by Jamie Foxx. Yeah, so if you go look at it, you can go on Tidal right now and look at it. It'll tell you it's performed by Ray Charles. It's Jamie Foxx. Right.
Oh, I guess we'll see what other antics are up there for.
So he's done it before. That's my point. He's done it before.
And he still keeps rocking and rolling, still keep making music. And speaking of rocking and rolling, Real Housewives of Atlanta is still trying to gain that viewership that I don't think that they're going to get until they make, some really big moves to bring back some of the OGs. Well, they decided to bring one of them back, Miss Portia. Yes, she took to Instagram to say this.
Who said that? Portia Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Portia Guabadia is in the building. See y'all. Mwah.
So now that, Candy has left, Portia is coming back. And it's been rumored that even Nene may be coming back as well. No word on if Phaedra will be back, because she has been another favorite from the franchise. But I mean, maybe this might pull in the numbers that they're looking for that they haven't gotten in years, because collectively everyone just kind of stopped watching Real Housewives of Atlanta once Nene was no longer on it.
Yeah. Throwing drinks and arguing is just not my form of TV.
You know, I'll say this: if they bring Nene back, I might watch just to see what is going on, but it's not going to be like anything like it was in the past, where it was pure hilarious, entertainment. So that is that. And speaking of entertainment, Monique's son. Well,
he is if we can make it, we need a sound effect. We got him. Found him. I don't know. Whatever fits. He is the diss nigga of the day.
This nigga of the day.
This nigga,
let's
man.
See.
Sit down somewhere. He gets the diss nigga. He is the diss nigga of the day. Lame. He is lame for what he did. So let's go into Are we gonna listen to it?
Yeah, we have at least 1/10 of the video because it went on for ages, but we do have just a quick.
But to address the Club Shay Shay interview that she did, where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. Faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths.
Lame. Once again, let's give this nigga the day, please, because
I got you.
I'm gonna give you a reason why he
Tell
gets the diss.
Go
ahead. He's the diss nigga today. All right. Let me tell you why he's the diss nigga today. This is a Coach Block rant on a dude. First of all, I'm not gonna get on social media and bash my mom, no matter what the situation is. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna do that because you can pick up the phone and handle the situation. I'm not gonna continue to add to the drama. Okay. Now, it appears from what was told that she didn't abandon them. She put her children in a position with people who could take care of them. Now, the question is, would you have wanted the latter? Meaning she takes care of, she takes you in, but then now you're in her dysfunction.
Right.
Let's not act like this woman hasn't sat down and told us how messed up mentally she was. One of the best decisions she may have done as you sit here healthy to tell your story is let you be with people who can take care of you. Secondly, he mentions in the video that his mother had made an attempt to apologize, of which he feels like he didn't want to take those apologies. You have every right not to take the apology and not to accept the apology. But then you can't say that her truths are wrong or her efforts are in vain if she's making the effort across the table. So the question is, by that video, what do you want? Do you want people to not like your mother because you haven't handled your trauma? It becomes a point as an adult where you sit down and have to look in the mirror with the decisions that you made. She has looked into the mirror with the decisions that she has made, and she is very remorseful and regretful from what we see. Now, you may know another narrative, but here's what we know from you. You are spending more time attacking her than you are saying how you really feel about moving forward. Everybody's talking about in the past. You are old and nappy bearded, just like me. What do you want us to do with this? What do you want us to do with this information, sir? Not like Monique. She's a star. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
And she has receipts.
And maybe people don't like the dude, everybody calling dude daddy. I refuse to do it. That's why I said the dude they call daddy. Everybody seems to not like him. And I get it. because he needs to shut up because we, as we'll see in a minute, he does all the talking. But you're grown now and you have the ability to either forgive and move on or completely disassociate yourself with the situation and just go sit over on the sideline.
Just shut up.
What do you want us to do, sir? You want to start a GoFundMe so we can feel sorry for your nappy beard ass? Like,
it's almost like Kirk Franklin's son when he decided to go on this whole expose and try to expose his father of like, oh, he didn't do, but you're sitting here as I think same age as me, 36-year-old man, talking about what he did not do. When it's like at some point as a parent, my job is done. So I don't know what more I can possibly do for you. At some point it becomes entitlement and you're no longer making those decisions as an adult to want to do better. So even with his story and his narrative, I felt the same way. I'm like, so what are you wanting from her in this moment?
You want justification. You want somebody to hear the fact that you have hurt. Guess what? There's people who get paid for that. It's a therapist. Go see one. Stop putting it out to the world to go handle your therapy or give what it is that your truth is. She is a star. No one's going to change their opinion because you got on here to say things about your mother.
It ain't stop people from listening to Brian McKnight.
It ain't, and he don't give a rat's ass. And there's a part of me that feels Brian McKnight, but I'm not going to share my business on TV like Nappy Beard did.
Don't.
I'm not going to do it. No. But I know we're sometimes, and everybody can sit here. Okay, everybody can sit here and make it seem like, oh Lord, she did something wrong. Here's the thing: kids get old and they do this shit, right? You can live your life for your children, or you can guide your children to a certain point, and then you have to live your life for yourself. I know, as old as Monique is, and for as many traumas and trials and tribulations that she has gone through, if she thinks that if he thinks that this is going to hurt her, it's not. Especially when I've reached my hand out for an apology, to apologize or to rectify or to even explain. Because does she truly have to apologize when she said, I was not ready? I did not want to do this. Do you understand, by forcing somebody into a situation that they are not ready for and they don't want to do what he could have experienced as her son?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you, sir, have several seats. And stop. This is your. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. Now I get it. You may not like the decisions that she has made. I understand that. You're entitled. I think, especially in the Black family, you better not speak against no elder or your mother. Right. I swear for God, boy.
And to that point, I feel like sometimes you just need to show people grace.
There's a point in time, I agree. There's a point in time, and Mom told me this, when I was in my angry, nobody cares about me, Black man mode. It's a point in time when you,
Too black, too strong?
No, I wasn't quite there yet, but I was close. You as an adult have to realize that your parents have done the best that they could.
Right.
No matter if the decision was right or wrong, at that time, they had done what they thought was best. Now, the only thing that you can do is not make the same mistake and do what you feel is best for the life that you now have moving forward. That's where I'm at with this dude. Your mom may not have made the best decisions, and maybe it hurts you in a certain type of way. You need to go see a therapist.
Yes.
You need to talk to somebody.
Yes.
Until you're ready to talk to her. And then when you are ready to talk to her, like a man, not like this social media shit that keeps going on. You talk to your mom and you even call her and say, nah, I'm not okay with what you're doing, Mom. Like, I'm not.
But also be prepared for the response.
That was my next point. But then settle in, because you may hear something in return that you don't want to hear. So let's keep family issues that are really, truly family issues. Let's keep this shit off of social media. I don't think he got the response even in the comment section. Like niggas like T.O. was commenting, Takara was commenting. People were trashing this dude. Like, This is your mom. You don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, dads, we get trashed all the time. Now, if it was flipped and it was a father, they're like, nothing ass nigga. He ain't shit.
Like Brian McKnight.
Yeah, he ain't shit. Fuck yeah, he ain't nobody. If it was a dad, it would have been way worse. But you're not going to win against your mom because that's when everybody unites. Nobody talks about mom. Titties together. So you're not going to win this anyway, bro. Like, do you think you as a child are going to talk bad about your black mother and other black people are going to be like, you know what? You're right. What? Nigga, you just embarrassed yourself. Like, your mother could have been a stone cold crackhead. You better not say nothing bad about her because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. She got you through whether cut stomach or cooch. You came through her. So you got to be able to be like, all right, let me keep this to myself and then handle it with her, not hit play and talk on social media.
Right.
That's not the platform, man.
Yeah.
Unless somebody paid you. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, did you get paid to do that? If you didn't get paid to do it, you better have gotten paid to do it. If you didn't get paid to do that, at least call Shay Shay. Shay Shay would have put you on with his drama-filled ass.
Oh, and I'm so glad you said that because he is the next story that we are going to get into.
Oh, Shay Shay. Is he next? You didn't listen to... Okay, we don't need to listen to the response.
No, we don't.
Hell with them niggas.
So Shay Shay is showing his true black arse to the world because he is upset with some comments that Mike Epps made.
I'm tired of Shannon Sharp's extra black ass, extra big nose, extra big lips, extra black voice, extra
black voice,
extra black voice, extra part on the side of my head, extra big muscles for no goddamn reason at 50 damn 5 years old. Extra little shirts with extra little pants. I'm so tired of him. That's my but I'm tired of him.
Black voice.
Cause he got an extra black voice, just like Vin Rhames. Vin Rhames, doom, doom, doom. We have the meats.
Keith David, yes, black.
Who's Keith David?
He's the Shadow Man from Princess and the Frog.
That's the best one you could have gave him. The Shadow Man from the Princess of the Frog.
That's the one that everybody knows.
The dad from what was the gospel movie or the TV show he was just on?
Greenleaf. Yeah,
Greenleaf.
yeah, Papa Greenleaf.
Yeah, like
he has an extensive catalog. I'm sorry, Keith David.
Only you go to Princess and the Frog. Like niggas would be like, you know what? I knew that was him.
But you knew it was Shadow Man.
Because I have children. Lots of them. Each generation has watched this shit. Anyway.
My point stands.
So like I said,
Yeah,
black voice. Yo, Shannon Sharp with this black voice. Let's play this so you can hear it.
Because you're lying.
Yeah.
You said I reached out to you to come on Club Shay Shay, and you a mofo lie. Now, when I see you, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see if you about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if you want to say what you've been saying on trying to get some jokes because you got mad because Cat Williams did what he did. Now when I see you, I'm gonna see if you really about that.
Yeah, and when I see you,
no.
I'm
gonna see if him talking all that.
Yeah.
When it one of them tight leather pants, trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see if you're about that.
Yeah.
Say my name again. Now be
be
like Destiny's Child and talk about say my name, and I got something for you.
Okay, I'm lost, but I'm with you. And whoever you talking about it, we go. What? Yeah. I'm with you.
Like I said, all first of all, them saying I'm gay and this and that, it ain't affecting my bottom line.
I'm gay. I've been happy for years.
It ain't affecting my bottom.
Yeah, that.
There is definitely more to it, but this was in response of some comments that Mike Epps had made
in his stand-up. He set the joke up, literally saying, "Yeah, and Shannon Sharp gonna call me talking about being on his show." He said, "I ain't going on there telling my business with his big Medea looking ass." It was a joke. Looking at his black balls with them little ass pants on. Right? Like everybody. Okay, so here's the thing. And like we'll hear Mike Epps in his response. Here's the thing. everybody's not going with this Shay Shay thing like he thinks, that are men. He has converted to real life drama, which we watch it, but then after a while it's like, yeah, I'm not watching 2 hours of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then now I watched how they do it on his Facebook page, and they cut it up into clips to make sure people stay engaged. Because sitting there engaging in 2 hours of drama, people are cutting the shit off.
I'm not doing that.
So
I still haven't watched the full Cat.
I didn't watch Cat Williams in its entirety either.
No.
Can't do it.
No, not 2 hours.
I watched the whole, I watched about 3/4 of Monique. I didn't get to the end of hers either. So at the end of the day, you got to understand, people going to make fun of you with this.
And Mike Epps even said, he was like, SNL made fun of you. Why am I getting the
because the contact part of him saying that he called him. But this is how you set up jokes. If comedians can't do jokes, what are we going to have out here? Like, what is the world going to be if a comedian can't stand up and not get attacked physically, or you can't get attacked, or people trying to cancel you for your jokes? Do y'all understand where this comedy thing came from? People like Richard Pryor wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh no.
Like, even
Paul Mooney.
Well, he didn't. Like, they really tried to exile him. But even some of your older stuff from the Wayans brothers, and these brothers said things about people. Could he handle a true skit from In Living Color? Think about the shit they said about Mike Tyson.
Or Shabba
Ranks, Mr. Ugly Man. Do you know what they would do to Shannon Sharp right now? Do you know what the Wayans brothers would do to Shannon Sharp right now? Mr. Ugly Man was hilarious. Tracy Chapman. What was the other one? La da dee da da da. They embarrass everybody.
Whitney Houston. They made fun of
Whitney
her.
Houston.
Wasn't it Rhythmless Nation?
Yes. Michael Jackson. When he finally got arrested, like, I guess I am black. Like Tommy Davidson and them, they would kill this. And you get mad at Mike for saying 2 little sentences. But you have a show built on people talking shit on each other.
Yes.
Your show is built on it. And you have other men calling you Shay Shay. Like he said, what man got another man calling him Shay Shay? That's like people calling me Ken Ken. I hate Ken Ken.
Somebody actually called you Ken Ken?
Yes.
Ooh.
The co-worker at Enloe, you know who you were, calling me Ken Ken. Every time she said it, I'm like, hey.
Don't do that.
She wasn't one of us, so
a damn
I don't want to lose my.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I know Shay Shay. I don't know what grown man got a name named Shay Shay, but I know this grown man is not mad at me. Many people talk crazy about you. They was on Saturday Night Live talking about you, imitating you, but now you want to fight me? Now, I'm not going to lie. I did DM you to get on the show. But I DM'd you to get on the show because you brought my name up when you were sitting there with Cat. And you was trying to get him to talk crazy about me, but he didn't. Okay? Now, second of all, talking about pulling up on me. You're going to be an all-star. I'm going to be at the all-star in my hometown. And I'm going to see you. All right? I'm going to see you, brother. And I'm just letting you know. I don't be doing no fighting lately. I don't do no fighting. So, you know, there's only one other option. If you don't fight, you do blank. And Ocho, you shut up and go get some eyebrows. You looking like a whole milk dud sitting there agitating. We watched the white boy kick your ass on TV. So you shut up. And Shay Shay, you did look like Medea sitting there. You was looking zesty. I'm not saying you gay, but you was looking zesty. You look like Big Frida sitting there. You need to take them tight shirts off with the muscles. And that's it.
Mike Epps is the dude in the hood that always cracks jokes that you can't do nothing to anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always got something funny to say. You want to slap him, but it's like he gonna keep cracking jokes. You see, he was laughing at the end. everybody's old.
It's not that deep. It's not.
You gonna see, you gonna keep that. I got something for you. I got something for you. Now, if I'm a woman, I'm gonna be honest now.
Mhm.
If I'm a woman paying attention to Shannon Sharp, this is the second time I've seen you pop off on men for trivial things. You got problems. And a lot of people don't realize that sometimes athletes, it never get the competition never gets out of you.
I can see that.
So you're always competitive. You're always putting that somebody's challenging you. It never ever goes away. That's why most people coach. So because that's another closest way of competing. You get what I'm saying? So then now he take it as a strike. Like Ray Lewis said something crazy. This is Mike Epps, the skinny comedian who ain't trying to fight nobody from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to fight nobody, just trying to have a good time, laugh, and make people laugh. You want to be extra black, extra crispy, and go off on Mike Epps for what? But then say dumb stuff like you just said to Monique. See, Monique, you know what my grandmama said? See, my grandmama said this. See, she said, never chase a lie. Nigga, you said, your grandmother said,
yes,
never chase a lie.
Yes, he said that.
If you knew, then but you're going to speak on my name, but it's a lie.
And he's a comedian.
It was a joke.
I was not expecting him to handle it that way. I definitely thought that he would take the high road on this and just be like, Mike, I ain't paying you no mind, but you know what? I definitely want you to go ahead and come on the show so we can chop it up and we can talk about it.
Well, so they did agree to have this conversation in Indianapolis, and then all of a sudden, see, Shannon Sharp forgets this. There is a team of white people behind you that pay you to do what you do. And they don't want you to be too black. We're going to let the people that you interview be black. You keep on being Uncle Shay Shay, boy. Because see what my grandmama said down in Mississippi when we had the outhouse. You keep being that. But don't show that nigga. Because then you issue, not even 24 hours later, a whole statement about, yeah, me and Mike Epps going to sit down like men at the All-Star game. You should have did that from the beginning. But see, them white people that pay you, because when you Google Shay Sharp and you Google who owns Club Shay Shay, don't no information come up. It don't say him. It don't say nobody. So no information comes up. So then now that takes me back to when Dave Chappelle said, y'all think y'all know white people until they offer you money. Then there's a whole nother set of white people behind the curtain. And those are the white people that you need to be worried about, not the ones that sit amongst me and you. Because those are the ones that control everything. So those were the people that put the $50 million in front of him. And then now here comes the strings. So then now you finally show who you are. And not even 24 hours later, you issue an apology. But you didn't tell Kat to do that when Kat was talking crazy. You didn't tell Monique to do that when Monique was talking crazy. So then now everybody can come on your platform and talk crazy about other black people. But then when somebody crack a joke about you and you show your blackness, oh, I was wrong. Now see, I shouldn't even did that. I shouldn't even did that. See, they pull me out of my character. I shouldn't even have did that. See, what we're going to do is we're going to talk like men.
But he should have, you said he's 55?
55 years old.
As a 55-year-old man, you should have known better. You completely went to an emotional state and completely just took yourself out of character. Or even maybe this is what you do. But at some point, you're too old for that. Like, I'm sure you have access to Mike Epps. I'm sure you can get his number. I'm sure you can call him and be like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. What's going on? Or just have a good laugh about it, because if you're going to be in this business, you're going to have to learn to laugh at yourself, because people are going to make jokes about you.
Bruh, we are subjected to jokes every time we hit go live.
Because somebody can come on here and be like, girl, your wig is nappy. I'm like, and is whatever, bitch.
Like Coach Block need a shape up. Word. Like, give me one. Like, let me, donate. Nigga. Like, there's a certain, from comedians, there's a certain level to where it's not a personal attack. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
And I can't take you doing this again. See, I'm telling you, man, I pay attention to men's behavior amongst other men. So now Ocho's still joking about it. You can see that he's joking. Like, I'm with you, Unc. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm with you.
Which is how I expected Shay Shay to handle
It's a joke, right?
Mhm.
This man had the same issue when John Morant, the basketball player's dad, had something to say at a Lakers game. He stood the honor of LeBron James, another man, because John Morant said something. He said something to John Morant. Then John Morant's dad said something, and then that's when he turned. I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't do it. Hey, bruh, here's what I see. You got buttons, and they can be pushed. So then now, to me, all that you talk on that show about what your grandmama taught you, you still that insecure, dark-skinned kid from Mississippi who didn't get his just due, who is his brother is better than him in football.
You just ate his ass.
No, because he says that. I'm the second best football player in my family. I'm the only one in the Hall of Fame, but I'm the second best player in football. And it's true. If his brother Sterling didn't get hurt, Sterling was the man. So all those insecurities show up. And I'm saying this as a man. There's things that deep down inside, little Kenny, when you push that button, will flare up. There's people right now on my social media that'll say something crazy and it'll cause me to flare up because you said it. And so he may be in a position where he remembers being, he hasn't always been Shay Shay. Let's not act like dark skin's always been in.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's a reason.
Or big noses.
Or big noses, or big black talk, big black Southern talk. Let's not act like we wasn't clowning the big black buck years ago. So then now you finally cut. I don't even think he may have gotten the attention because he was an NFL football player, but during the time that he was on and he was popping, dark skin still wasn't in unless you was Jordan. You get what I'm saying? You probably just now truly hitting that stride where your money's not the influence of who you are. Right. You get what I'm saying? So then now when a comedian makes a joke about you, it hits that little Shannon.
But see, this is what I don't understand, because he's been called Barney. He's been called Miss Netta, the one that has that horrible song, Charge Your Lunches. Now he's being called Big Frida, but you have gotten attacks from all different people. So why wasn't Mike Epps that pushed that button for you?
Because it's Mike Epps. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Mike is that dude from the hood that makes those jokes. He's like, nigga, you, man. Like, I can take it from SNL and I can take it, but I ain't gonna take it from you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then like that Charles guy, he's a joke. He might not even really recognize, like, if somebody unless they're showing him
Miss Netta.
Yeah, who really knows who Miss Netta is? I think she looks more like Bill Cosby than anybody.
Miss Netta is a whole man. But
yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. I apologize. Well, it identifies as a she, so I don't want to get in trouble with the community in reference to how people identify. She identifies as she. Clearly, it looks like Bill Cosby. But, you know.
But that, if I was Shannon, that would have set me off. Not this. I'm like, and like you said, this is the source. Look at who it's coming from. Like, if a comedian were to sit here and joke on me, especially if it wasn't malicious, where you can see in his response, it wasn't malicious. I'm just joking. I'm playing with you. You know, he even said, I did reach out to him, but that's only because my name was brought up. But if it's not malicious, why is it all this energy? Like, dude, relax. Because
he pressed that button. And that he spoke to little Shay Shay.
Woo!
And when he pressed that button, that's when things went bad. And one thing we learned last year is that people can't take comedians' jokes. They cannot. They cannot. Will and Chris, yes. And stop hating, my boy. I'm not hating. There's no hate. I promise y'all, there's never any hate in me. The one thing that people call hate in me is the truth. When I tell the truth about situations and about how men respond to situations, it's always deemed as hate. I promise y'all, there's a lot of men walking around with insecurities.
Oh.
And those insecurities show when the right person hits the button. Like, I could take it from this person, but I can't take it from you. And then now you go in because that's the person who's hit the button that caused that little, and you never know what it is. But here's what I've seen. Whenever he feels like he is personally attacked, he has a temper. When you showed that at John Morant, against John Morant's father, who is a twig compared to you, that let me further know that there was an issue and a problem. Hey, what's happening? Who's in the door?
Yes, you better interrupt our show. We are live, Scooby. What the hell?
when he did that against John Morant and his father, and then he and made a big scene about it. Then you turned around and apologized while you was wearing a sweater that
Stop.
had
Leave the sweater alone.
a tie up in the front. You mad? Why are you mad? You see what I'm saying? You're mad because you expressed yourself. You've shown yourself. People respond. You get mad. You gave people the platform. You were the one on here with tight ass shirts, big as hell, looking like you look. And you don't think people are going to find humor in certain things? People, like you said, people are going to find humor in you.
Yeah.
People are going to find humor in me.
Yes.
You can't take that shit personally and think that millions of people are viewing this. He just topped Joe Rogan's best podcast of 58 million views or something like that. The Monique, or was it the Cat Williams? One of those two has already surpassed that. This many people are viewing you, and you don't think somebody's gonna start cracking jokes?
Right.
Because there's a lot of jokes to crack about you.
I was gonna say, and comedians at that. Let's remember, it's comedians.
It's a lot of jokes to crack, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like when men do that to other men when you know that there was no ill will or no ill intent. Like, cut it out. Like, you flexing on him of all people. Like, this is Mike Epps.
Right.
I don't think there's a person on earth that'll take Mike Epps that seriously.
No.
But you let Cat Williams say crazy stuff in your face and didn't flex.
When he said, what, you have an unnatural allegiance to losers?
To losers. And you sat over here and you let those people lie to your face and you ain't say nothing. Oh, Cat, I just gave him a platform to talk, Cat. I just gave him a platform to talk. You didn't say a word. Cat Williams sat on your couch and did exactly what the hell he wanted to do.
And Monique spoke to the little Shay Shay because, like you said, she talked about him being dark skinned. She talked about him being big and black. She talked about all these things that, that resonated in him. So, Shay Shay, go to therapy, baby. You too old to be acting like this.
I guarantee if you get him started and you can remove the fact that he talks about his grandma and what his grandma said. Well, no, not even that. Go watch the documentary with him and his brother. He breaks down crying when they go back to that house. And I get it. I totally understand where he's coming from, just to say where you're at now. But you also got to understand, like, where you at now. Come on, bro. You on a platform that people going to make jokes. And you're on a platform now where people going to try to knock you off the top.
Absolutely. You got to develop that tough skin.
Because if he's mad at that, he better not. This is why it's selective. You didn't say nothing to Corey Holcomb, and Corey Holcomb went in on him.
Did he?
Woo! When I tell you what Corey Holcomb said was fighting words.
Yeah, Corey Holcomb always got some negative shit to say. That's a miserable man.
What Corey Holcomb said about Shannon Sharp was fighting words. Like, I promise you now, when Mike said jokes, Corey Holcomb, I might have to pull up on you, bro. Now that's when you pull up, because you personally attacked me in a way where you said, and I'm not going to stop. Oh, I got you. I'm going to stop. But Mike said 2 sentences and then went on to the next joke. So I'm triggered by you, Shannon, because I want to see black people on that platform, especially a black man who has finally gotten to the point where it looks like to us, we don't know, but it looks like to us, you created your own lane after we seen what, like Monique said, after we seen what Skip Bayless tried to do to you. You created your own lane. You should be above dumb shit, like above it. And then you created your lane so much now that you're allowed to pull people with you, because nobody was paying attention to Ocho Cinco.
Oh, no.
They weren't.
No, they weren't.
Now you made Ocho a household name when people didn't even like Ocho.
They did not.
Now people are like, oh, he's actually funny. He's a cool dude. So get your shit together, Shannon. Kick rocks.
All right.
And just like Kev saying, you hating. Like, hating? How do I hate?
All right. And we're going to take a quick
Hating?
break.
I don't hate on no other man getting their coins.
We have our messy letter coming up before you get started.
This is the messy letter. Stop hating, my boy. Let me tell you about niggas thinking that you hating when you're just telling the truth.
We are taking it. You just did. We're going to take
Ain't
a
nothing
break.
wrong with telling the truth. We got to hear the truth. Nobody hating.
Scooby, what you need, baby? We got to take a break.
Oh,
Scooby needs
all
us.
right. We got to take a break.
Stop this train.
Niggas hating. Ain't nobody hating.
Stop this train before it gets started.
You do look like Big Frida. and his pants is tight.
Stop
And he
this
do
shit.
like the alligator from the Ninja Turtles. Which one is he? Leatherneck? He do look like Leatherneck.
Stop this train.
TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. And I'm back with my sister. Drop it.
Yes. So it is our messy letter.
Okay. Back with my sister.
Oh, so fab. Sorry. Y'all niggas know.
Somebody may be watching that's new.
It's so fab. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, now. Let's go
Ain't
ahead.
no hate in me. Ain't no
Would you stop? Do the graphic for the messy letter.
Wait. I can't see it. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for the messy letter.
Titled, My Husband is a Narcissist.
Oh, I hate that word.
Okay.
Let's hopefully she better be right. I'm ready to light her ass on fire.
This is a long letter. Okay. So it starts with, please hide my identity. My husband is a highly intelligent narcissist with PTSD. I'm pretty sure he wants a divorce now that I went through his phone. And I know what most of you guys are going to say. It's always the same. But my intuition was killing me. Yes, I found what I was looking for, and he has absolutely no respect for our marriage whatsoever. I can't believe what I saw. The man who tells me I'm beautiful, that he loves me, goes all out of his way to compliment and talk to other women. He even texts his ex from college and they reminisce about what could have been and how much they love each other and he should have chosen her. They even talk from time to time and tell each other that they love each other. They even both mention that they will be together in the next lifetime. My husband waited 2 days to respond to me because I haven't talked to him. He told me this, someone I dated back in the day, about how well I treated her and this and that is not cheating. Oh, so he was telling her that even though they dated back in the day and they're talking, that's not considered cheating. That's what she was saying. Also, you know so much about how I should treat you, but do you understand how I'm supposed to be treated and the fact that I have feelings? This is still what her husband's saying. Y'all, I gave this man my life. Any problem that we had, we always went to therapy or talked to a mediator because I can't talk to him by myself. He always blames me, never takes accountability, and almost all the time, he's never wrong. I always fix myself for him just so he can be happy. Let me add this. He's deeply in debt. He's been paying his debt for years and years. We don't even file taxes together because he owes a lot of money from loans from his businesses. Every year he calculates how much I need to give him from my tax return. I file all of the kids. The last child is with him and she's almost 2 years old. A few months ago, he kicked me off his insurance and now I have to pay full coverage for my car that I'm financing now. Yes, I pay my own car note. Later, he tried to cut off me and my kid's phone, but he still owes for the phones. Right now, I'm thinking, how can I afford to move out on my own with 3 kids? He's the breadwinner and always pays the majority of the bills. Now my dumb ass is about to be a single mom. I feel stupid. He's so mad at me that he told me it's my fault that my daughter is not going to have a good life because of my stupid mistake. Help. That was a lot.
What do you think?
I don't know where to begin with this letter. Because from what I'm getting from it, because I'm going to try to summarize this, that was a lot. She caught her husband having conversations with exes and other women and stuff like that because she went through his phone. She said her intuition was killing her. And she feels as though she does all this stuff to try to make him happy, but he's still not happy. However, she's saying that he is the breadwinner, but yet he's in debt. And yet he takes care of the bills, but then now she's trying to leave or they want a divorce. So she's trying to figure out how she can sustain the life that I guess he's provided for them, but yet he's in debt. And now they don't have any insurance.
He has businesses.
They don't have any insurance. She's having to pay for him. She doesn't have any insurance. He tried to, I guess, turn the kids' phones off and her phone. And now she's trying to figure out how she can be a single mom, but yet she feels stupid. But I'm confused. I don't even know where to direct her with this because I have a lot of questions about what is happening.
Okay, let's see what the people says. He's the breadwinner if he in debt.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
he is broke, and then yep, you know it. And that's why I'm just like, okay, here we go. Ready for it? Okay. So first things first, you went through his phone because you're insecure. You're insecure because the man is showing some more attention to some people, and you felt it because you said, "Oh, I know what y'all gonna say. I shouldn't have went through the phone." Okay, well, you set yourself up because guess what? What's important here? Are your bills being taken care of? Yeah, he's the breadwinner. So, okay. He has multiple businesses, but I got to file the taxes so that the tax money comes through me. Then I should get some of the tax money, right? Yeah. Because he has multiple businesses. Where do you think the taxes are he's going to owe money because he has multiple businesses. That's why the people who own big businesses and stuff like that, that's why most of them tend to look at Republican point of views because they believe that the little people pay the taxes, not the big people. So if he has multiple businesses, then guess what's going to happen? They're going to eat up any chance of having a tax return. So he's saying, you take the kids, not as a punishment, goofy. We're saying it as, how can we win? You take the tax, you take the kids, you file, and then let me get a cut. He deserves a cut because he's the breadwinner. What are we talking about? Like, okay, oh, he tells other women that he wishes they were together, and then in another lifetime, this man told the woman, when I die, I'll see you. And you still talking about, and I don't feel comfortable even in death. In another lifetime. You know what? What is the importance here? What are we talking about? He didn't say he mistreats the kids.
No, that was not in the letter.
Didn't mistreat the kids, right? Mm-mm. It doesn't sound like you're mistreated. Where does it say he mistreats her?
No. The only thing she said, which I'm still trying to understand, when he responded, someone I dated back in the day about how well I treated her and this and that is not cheating. Also, you know so much about how I should treat you, but do you understand how I'm supposed to be treated and the fact that I have feelings? That's what her husband responded to her when she approached him about talking to other women. So from that in itself sounds like someone who may not be getting the attention that he needs at home.
Boom! You took it out my lips. So we go to therapy, right? So every time we have a problem, we go to therapy. What person invests in therapy that ain't trying to figure it out? The person who's a narcissist is the person who wrote the letter, because you made even the letter about you. You gave us facts, but the facts that you gave us still make us scratch our chin like,
what's happening here?
Wait a minute. You're the narcissist. So then now this man has to tell you, I got feelings too, right? And you're like, but it ain't good enough. That's the type of person that wrote this letter. It ain't good enough. It ain't a good enough. Sound like Shay Sharp. See, it ain't a good enough. See, because what it sounds like here is this woman just ain't happy with her. That's what it sounds like. Because my grandmama said, if a woman don't want to pay her bills, then you don't want to do nothing else with her. That's what my grandmama said. She sounds crazy.
Yeah, because there's a lot going on in here in this letter. I don't understand how him.
She said, as a grown woman, I have to pay my own car insurance.
Yes, she said, I pay my own car note.
Yes, I pay my own car note. It's your car.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question I got. And y'all can light my ass on fire. I don't care. How do people who fight for equal rights, equal pay, and everything equal not want their home to be equal? I ain't getting paid what I'm supposed to get paid at work. It's not fair. Okay. So then now you go to work and they pay you what's right. Then you come home and be like, but I don't want to split nothing 50-50. I don't want to pay my own car note. I don't want to pay my own insurance. Then what the fuck did you want? Shut up. Shut up. If I'm looking at somebody who is working with me, then why do I bear this by myself? It sounds like he's trying to win. Yo, you file for the kids because I got the businesses. Sounds like a win to me. Then he may be looking at it as, I can't afford to keep these businesses, which pay most of the bills. So could you at least pay your own insurance? She didn't say insurance for the kids.
No.
She said her insurance.
Yes. So she said a few months ago, he kicked me off his insurance and now I have to pay full coverage for a car that I'm financing right now. So is it a new car?
So she's not talking about health insurance. She's talking about
car insurance.
Car insurance.
Yes.
For a new car.
Yes.
That she's driving.
Yes.
That is hers.
Yes.
So shouldn't you have to pay the brand new car insurance for that?
And was there, because this is this was a letter that I read earlier where a guy was saying that he told his wife not to get a new car because they financially couldn't afford it. So because of that, he was like,
you're on your own.
Yeah.
That happened in my previous marriage. And it's funny to me now, but at that time, I'm going to go look at cars. Don't do it. I'm going to go look at cars. I'm just going to go look. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours later. Beep, beep.
Is this letter triggering you?
No, it's not
Okay.
triggering.
Okay.
It's what I'm saying is like, so in a situation like that, where you've made that type of decision,
Mhm.
why is it that
It's our problem.
you made the decision to get a new car, and everybody knows with a new car comes premium insurance.
Yes.
So that's a bill that maybe he didn't have factored in.
Especially if you said that he is deeply in debt.
Deeply in debt. He's a business owner that's deeply in debt, that's still finding a way to make sure he is majority breadwinner in the house. Ma'am, are you his partner or not?
Right. And then she also said, which I found to be strange, I'm pretty sure he wants a divorce now that I went through his phone.
Of course he wants to do, because what do I have left? You got my money. Now you went through my phone.
You done destroyed my
You done
fantasy.
destroyed my fantasies and my dreams. I asked you about the taxes. That's a problem. What do I have left? You just gonna strip me of everything. And you ain't trying to help me out nowhere.
Yeah.
Because she's not, nowhere in that letter did she say where she does anything for him. So like, it doesn't say, well, I do this so that.
Mm-mm.
You get what I'm saying? Or he doesn't have to go through his phone because I make sure I reaffirm or reassure him. None of that is being said. It's just cut after cut after cut after cut. And what should I do? Because I know he wants a divorce now. The only reason why he hasn't divorced you is because he knows you get half of everything.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to keep her.
Mhm.
That's the reason why you're still married to this man. Woman, let me explain it to you. You got 3 kids. He has multiple businesses. All that, you going to get money from. He already given up the taxes. So he's just like, I'll just go over here and send these text messages because that's all I got. And he knows not to go too far. So he tells the woman in the next
lifetime, baby, I'll see you then, girl.
He knows it's so bad. He got to go to a next lifetime. Let the nigga live, son.
Well, and then she also says, right now I'm thinking, how can I afford to move out on my own with 3 kids? He's the breadwinner and always paid majority of the bills. Now my dumb ass is about to be a single mom. I feel stupid. The only thing I have a problem with is just the disrespect. He's talking to other women and he's telling someone else he loves them all the time.
I got to. I ain't got nothing. All I got is my phone. That's it. My business is in the toilet. I'm paying all the bills. Can you read this letter and see what type of woman and answer it who's listening? When you read this letter, can you see what type of woman he's dealing with? Because I can actually see how she is based upon what she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. At first, I was like, oh no, he's being disrespectful. However, after reading the whole thing of him saying, I'm supposed to be treated and the fact, no, wait, how did you say it? But do you understand how I'm supposed to be treated and the fact that I have feelings? That was one thing that resonated with me because I do understand that when someone doesn't feel appreciated and they don't feel loved and they don't feel seen and they don't feel heard, like you said, it's cheaper to keep her. I'm going to step outside of the marriage because I know as soon as I get a divorce, I'm going to be raked through the mud. So if I can find someone who can give me just that glimmer of hope that makes me feel good, I'm going to take that. Because
therapy didn't work. Imagine that. Imagine going to therapy her quote, every time we have an issue, we go to therapy. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck? What? Now that's exhausting. Now I got to always go to therapy with you because you said, quote, I need a middleman to communicate with him. That was in there. Mm-hmm. This woman sounds like the narcissist to me. So you're downing him and saying that I can't even communicate to my husband straight up and down, like me and him in a conversation. I need a middleman. Now, why do you need a middleman? What is the problem? What do you need a middleman for? Like, she is the narcissist. And the narcissist, when we sit down and go over the definition of narcissist, just like when we did the definition of a whore, and the dude talking about men can't be whores, and they can. Here's the thing. A narcissist, a person who has an excessive interest in an admiration of themselves. That letter is all about her. Then at the end, she flips it and like, I know he wants a divorce. What should I do? First of all, not writing a letter on social media.
No, don't do that. And like you said, to the point, I don't hear where she's doing anything for him. She said that I try to fix myself up so he can be happy, but that's just the physical. It's that whole thing of like you being the whole what do they call those women that are always on a guy's arm, the trophy wife, where it's like I look the part, but I'm not really doing anything to make you feel good as a man or as my partner. So let me fix myself up. Let me make sure I look cute for you. But when he says something like, don't I have feelings? You're not really paying attention to him as a man, his needs and his wants. Now, but that's just based on what it is where we're reading in this letter. She may, but I feel like if she did, she would have included that.
She would have said it.
Didn't.
She would have said it.
Right.
I personally believe if she would have done anything remotely close to making that man satisfied, it would have been in that letter, because it would have given her the opportunity to shit on him even more, because that's all she did was shit on him through the entire letter. And you wanted to start it like it was crafted. The letter was crafted very well. It engaged, like you said, the first thing it did was, oh, here go a nigga doing the wrong thing, because he's engaging with other women. And even as Jay said, he's engaging with other women, and yeah, that's disrespect. I get it. I get why people may feel that way. But then you flip the script and this man vocalizes, do you even realize I got feelings too? Uh-oh. Then you said we go to therapy because I need a middleman because I can't talk to him. Uh-oh. Now communication is an issue. So now what you're telling me is this man is tolerating you because I'm already in debt. If I divorce you, I'm going to go further in debt.
Yes.
I can't divorce you. I feel like he wants a divorce. You're right, but he can't divorce you. It's too expensive. That's why he's telling the chick, I'll see you next lifetime. Because he knows. He knows. He knows. My businesses are in the tank. I got this woman that's just getting on my nerves and I tolerate her. And then the people he's talking to are probably understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I get it. And he's the dude that's talking to the one chick that tells him, like, man, I don't know what I got myself into. And she's laughing, like, I done told you. And she knows. And guess what? Lady who wrote the letter, he's in so much debt. The next chick don't want him either.
Absolutely not. Because I've been that chick where you sitting there telling me about your problems and I gotta pay.
She's just listening.
I'll be a friend.
She's just listening.
Prayers and sorrows.
Yeah, she's just listening. This is your husband, lady.
Yes.
Understand, this is your husband.
And you come with 3 kids?
And debt.
And debt?
And an ex-wife.
And ex-wife?
And sinking businesses.
And sinking
with an S? This is your husband.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. This is what you got. Now you have 2 choices here. There's 2 choices.
And maybe Hunger might be saying in the next lifetime.
Yes, might have told him. Erykah Badu said it. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. We'll be butterflies. Damn. Like,
you got a lot going
don't
on.
Nobody want that?
No.
I don't care what you say. Don't nobody want dude who got all this. Let me see. Yeah, she don't want him. No, there's no way. No. When you sit down and explain the story with just what he got as far as debt issues and 3 kids and ex-wife, no, the friend he's talking to is probably what's keeping him in the game with you. Yeah. Lord, this might be a trigger. Every woman, look, because here's the thing. The reason why I say it's a trigger is because everybody that you talk to, you're not always cheating with. And sometimes those people that you think they're cheating with is actually keeping you in the game.
Hell yeah.
So
go make it work.
Yeah. So that person might be the person keeping his black ass with you and saying, no, now it's gonna cost you. It may cost you a little, it may cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you. You need to go ahead on and sit your ass down some damn where.
I mean, now you do have those who are like, oh, I'm going to get the prize because they fall in love with the business and the aesthetics and they don't realize or they're not paying attention to what is happening behind the scenes. So you do have those people, and it might be the high school crushes where it's like, oh, remember when and reminisce and all that. But that don't mean I
Remember
want you
when
now.
I didn't have debt and three kids and a wife that I got to go to therapy with. And while we're remembering that all that we don't have, the woman is going to remember what you do have, because you got all these things. I promise you, if it's a woman worthwhile, she is not trying to take your husband from you because of all the debt he has and all the issues that he has. You have a 2-year-old. Didn't she say it was 2-year-old? The kid was a 2-year-old?
Yes.
And
that's his kid.
That's a baby. Ma'am, he is your husband. You have nothing to worry about.
I'd be like, y'all make it work. When's y'all therapy session? When y'all go?
Yeah. You should journal. Yeah. So you can make sure you keep track of how you feeling, buddy. Buddy. Make sure you emphasize that friend. Yeah, buddy.
Hey, pal.
Yeah, because ain't nothing cracking over here. I don't care how much you want to mini Rippleton me and go down memory lane. It ain't happening because you got all this extra shit, buddy.
And depending on who the woman is that he's talking to, she might be trying to escape her reality. So it's like, it's just conversation. Nothing's really going to go anywhere because they know the severity of their situations.
Because when I wake up, I still look to the left and you're here. And then I hear feet from children and they're here. Then I get in the car and drive off and go to businesses that are in debt and they're there.
But she said he's actively paying it.
And then I pay majority of the bills. Those are there. And lady, let this man have this. Please. Please. Let him have his fantasy. Let him have his fantasy. Because he don't have nothing else.
You know what it reminds me of? That episode in Black Mirror where the guy was playing the video game with his best friend.
Yeah, but now that was crazy. So we ain't gonna keep going with that episode.
I'm just saying, but it allowed him to escape his reality for a moment and live his fantasy. So
you got to read that.
Oh, but I'm confused because he can't be that much in debt if he's paying all the bills. I understand how about businesses work, but it's not that much debt if he can still take care of home. So is that she wants more material things to be paid for?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by can't you see this woman? It's never enough. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not helping me, which makes it that much harder. You see what I'm saying? Like if we got these businesses and we're working together in these businesses where you're saying, okay, where can I plug in? Right? Because these businesses are tanking and I don't want you to. So how can I help?
Right.
That's not in the letter of, well, I tried to help him. He's refusing my help.
No,
that's not in the letter.
Because like you said, let's have a realistic conversation. Are these businesses worth saving? Are they worth saving?
And is there one that we need to focus on more than the other?
Right.
There are solutions here to these problems. Like, okay, how can we help these businesses flourish?
But that takes communication and a level of maturity.
And you said you can't communicate with him unless you have a therapist. So that's a problem. How do we win? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so then now somehow amongst all these businesses crashing and he don't have no money, but he pays all the bills. You're mad because he asked you to pay for your own insurance. This
because you
sounds
decided to get a new car.
Because you got a new car.
When you knew that we
and
were
then
in debt.
said, and I pay my car note. Well,
congratulations, girl. Welcome to adulthood.
I pay my car note. That's the type of woman that ends up on Kevin Samuels or Fresh and Fit.
But see, this is what I don't understand. And this is a question that I'm going to have to pose to a lot of guys out here. I see so many of these women with rings on their finger, but then yet the same guy that is out here talking about next lifetime, you want to chase after a woman who's gotten her things together when it's like you played that woman or you weren't paying attention to her. You wanted this chick because maybe she looked good or, you know, whatever have you. So if you really wanted a business partner, why didn't you choose better?
Okay. Say that again. Because I know I got an answer. And I want to make sure I heard you properly.
No, because I hear a lot of situations like this, where it's the woman who is like, oh, my husband's the breadwinner, I don't do anything, and then he's unhappy and he's going back to Felicia from high school and all, or college or whatever, and it's like, oh well, we should be together, but maybe in next lifetime. Well, what happened? Why did you decide to marry this woman when you knew that she showed habits of possibly not really being anyone that could possibly build or work with you? But yet you still want to chase the woman who is everything that you wish you would have had.
How many kids they got?
They have one together.
But how many
She
kids?
has two.
Okay, so see, shit didn't get real till all three got together. Okay, let's talk. I knew I got an answer for you. Yeah, it's the children. Because they was your kids until we got together.
Right.
And so what you do is you flex, right? Yeah, I got the businesses and all. Money ain't a thing. Yeah. Money ain't nothing to me. What you need? What the kids need? Because they go home. I got you from over there, right? But when the kids move in, when the kids move in, when the kids move in, changes the game, baby. Because now that every day, this is why when I tell guys, if you don't live with your children, don't complain about child support. Because that everyday grind of lunch, extra this, more toilet paper, blah, 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 all that extra.
Your piece.
Don't, man, I wish this was liquor. Kids change the game. Kids change your woman. So then now you have to evolve. So then the person that you're like, well, you chose that. What? I did, but shit. Damn it. I didn't know.
Yes, I didn't know.
I didn't know this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Now I'm in debt. My business is crashing. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like they said about the girl on the second Friday. Well, damn it, she had a Carl Jr. burger and I wanted a bite of it. Shit. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, well, you should have chose better, you're right. I know. But at the time, this was the situation and the circumstances. Let me explain it to you. Them kids was at their house in their apartment. Now those kids is in my house,
Yes.
which turned into our house. Then I done had a 2-year-old. So then what if them kids, remember, like I told you, everybody knows I love my yard bear to death. But my kids' ages prior are 20, 13, 4. Shit. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just start over.
And you just over. Right. You starting over. And then you forget how to relate because you years out of the game. So when you be like, well, why'd you pick a woman who didn't have kids? That's your fault. You're right. I know. I know it was my fault. I get it. I don't want to hear that shit. This is where I'm at right now.
So we gonna do this?
Yeah, this is now. Shit. This man loves that woman. He does. He know he ain't going nowhere. But this is my situation. Shit. And that's what you're saying to the friend on the phone.
Oh, he ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere. Goddamn. But just let's talk to me. Shit. And the friends talk to you, you say some crazy shit, and then you go and you hang up the phone and you look. Shit.
Things was good on that phone.
Because it was all fake.
No.
It was all fake. It's no different than plugging into a video game. It's no different than VR. No different than VR. It's all fake and it's temporary. And so when that shit goes away, and then now you hear a person talk about why you take me off the insurance.
When they bought a new car.
When you bought a new car, I didn't ask you to. or you got a house with a high ass interest rate, and I told you not. I mean, that's what happens. And all you can keep thinking about in your head is shit. That's it. You people can get mad. They can say what the fuck they want to say. I'm trying to tell you that's what happened. Oh, women, you need to choose better. It wasn't like that when I chose. It's the evolution of this shit that you just don't take in consideration.
Get out my face, because we're not doing this. I can't stand a nigga with I should have got a woman like you, but you didn't. So hang up this phone.
And even then, it's still a fantasy because you don't know what she's going to turn into. This is what I mean when about relationships. When me and you talk about them all the time. The problem that we get in with relationships is people get stuck thinking that this person that I found is going to stay that way. It is the most ridiculous shit in the world. People are going to grow, change, and evolve. And you either love them enough to grow, change, and evolve with them, or you grow apart, and there's no way to put it back together. And the only way that you can continue this relationship when people are growing and moving and kids and all that is communication. Well, you need a therapist to do that. So you are in trouble because now y'all can't communicate. Either somebody won't or somebody's not listening. But then when a man fires back and says, but you don't realize that I have feelings too, then somewhere he wasn't heard, because most men, that's not going to be their go-to. So if he's saying, you don't realize that I have feelings too, now take a deep breath and hear what he said.
Right.
Now you got to dive into him. But what that requires you to do is remove your feelings, which is hard for people to do. I got to hear you. I remember personally, I will say something personally. I remember when that happened in my previous marriage, when I heard her, and I remember saying it like, I hear you now, but it's too late. You get what I'm saying? Now, in relationships, even friendships, even with you as my sister, understanding that we have a business, it is imperative to hear people. It doesn't sound like she's hearing him.
Not for him to have said that, no.
And so with that being said, if you can't hear me, most people are going to go to where they're being heard, even if it's a waste of time. It's just somebody's listening. And for that, hey, man, I love you for listening. Shit. God bless. I'll talk to you later. Let me go back. And then you hang up. Beep. Shit. You take a deep breath and you go in.
Baby, I need new tires.
You see, are you seeing my face? I turned to the water bottle like, and I'm not saying this because I personally I'm triggered. I'm just saying it as a man who understands hearing that letter and the thing that he's being called as a narcissist. It doesn't sound like he's doing anything selfish. Like, what selfish is he doing besides texting? Other than that, though, he's making sure you're okay.
And the kids.
And the kids.
I mean, well, he cut the phones off, but ain't no telling why that would happen.
How old are these kids? And then why am I cutting their phones off?
She didn't say.
Damn, you can't even handle my phone bill. Like, you can't even take care of the phone bill for me.
She said that she does not make a lot.
I would love to know what those businesses are. I wish you elaborated more about what those businesses are. Her final question, what was her final question?
Well, essentially how she's going to be able to survive as a single mom who doesn't.
Her
really
mindset is even wrong. If he wants to get a divorce, why are we not talking about not getting a divorce and convincing him that divorce isn't the answer? Because didn't he say because of the divorce, she's going to make a messed up life for their daughter? So does he even want a divorce? So you're saying, I know he wants to divorce me. And he's saying, because you want a divorce, it's going to create a messed up life for my daughter. Did I write this shit in a previous life? Is this shit mine? Did I write this?
Part 2. Dear diary.
Did I write this letter, or did somebody write this letter about me? Because in my mind, I'm thinking he's saying in the letter, you're going to create a messed up life for your daughter. And you respond by saying, I know he wants a divorce. Does that sound like a nigga who wants a divorce? Last segment, somebody said I was hating. This segment, people talking stupid. That is stupid. Did she say that though? Am I hearing things, or did she say that?
She said it. So the last line of this is, right now, I'm thinking, how can I afford to move out on my own with 3 kids? He's the breadwinner and always paid majority of the bills. Now my dumb ass is about to be a single mom. I feel stupid. He's so mad at me that he told me it's my fault and my daughter is not going to have a good life because of my stupid mistake.
So let's rectify that. That doesn't sound like something that could be rectified. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But is how you feel. And then now you allow him to talk about how he feels. How can we win?
That's asking too much.
To talk about how he feels?
From somebody like that, yes. If he's already screaming at the top of his lungs, like, have you considered, my feelings? She's not listening.
I can only laugh because in my mind, I'm like, God damn, that's tough. I feel bad for my guy. I don't even know him. I feel bad for you, bro. That's a no-win situation because her mind is out the door. And
the only reason why she has one foot in is because she doesn't want to pay bills by herself and take care of 3 children by herself. So she is accustomed to this lifestyle that she's getting ready to lose.
But she's not going to pay all that for herself. He's about to do it because if they go through any type of divorce court or anything like that, if she takes the kids, she gonna get it. She gonna get everything. So, and he gonna have alimony, child support for, well, only one kid is his, right? But depending on the state, depending on how long he was involved in those kids' life, he'll still have to pay child support for those kids that aren't his. Ooh. So, so you got alimony, you got child support, and on top of everything that's already on you. So now the bills that if you cared about him and you know that this is what's going on, you wouldn't put him through that financial strain because you know it's going to be even worse. So now what do you think that relationship going to be like with y'all now, with your kid? Well, with his kid and your 2. What does that look like? But he's a narcissist.
Yes. And that he suffers from PTSD.
What is the PTSD?
She didn't say. She just said that he's a narcissist and suffers from PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, meaning something had to happen. Man, and she left that out because if he is struggling with PTSD, she's even more of an asshole because what is he struggling with that isn't being handled? And you talking about, and now I got to pay my own insurance. B word. Why do we push people to this point? Why do we do it?
I don't know.
That was a good letter.
No.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
Because it stirred emotions?
Well, because it was written in a way that was supposed to down the guy, but ended up not downing the guy. Just like the last time we had the one, and Jay was with us when the lady wrote the letter talking about how do I help my friend, and we dogged her talking about
that was insane.
Why would you even write the letter for your friend in the first place? Like, people need to stop writing these letters thinking that people are going to automatically side with them, when in actuality, in this situation, I am going to side with her husband and say, and not because I'm a man, I'm saying it because what you have written about him lets me know that there is some problems there. These problems are with communication. These problems are also with finances. That's what happens in a relationship. Now, how do we work through them? We don't work through them by getting new cars. You know what I'm saying? We don't work through them that way. So I'm sure there's frustration there. And on his side, we don't work through them by having fantasies and talking to other chicks on the side. We don't do that. So if we clean those areas up, how do y'all two feel about each other? So if we can clean the area up with her financially, trying to squeeze, something out of a rock, and if we can clean you up with finding refuge in women who don't want you, they don't. How can we clean this up? Now, if there's a way that we can clean this up, then y'all two looking at each other, how can we fix this? This is one of those relationships where I tell people my personal advice: if there's no physical and emotional abuse, two people can work it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this could be worked out.
It could be worked out. It could be worked out because y'all had something for each other. But what is it that we have to eliminate so that you guys can sit across from each other and engage? And maybe it's going to be emotional, but engage in a way that you two can hear each other and come up with a plan.
Right.
They probably got a bad therapist.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, if all of this is happening and you're in therapy, then you might need to find another therapist.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound like you said there's any sort of resolution happening here in the least bit.
Nah. Her mindset is I got to go.
She's just not listening, because you do have people who go to therapy and they're not paying attention to the therapist or to their partner. Should we move on?
No, I got to clarify because it ain't Chiquita. We can talk about it. The hell with it. It's my previous relationship.
I'm going to drink some water.
So, and since Cuz is on there, it's like talking to family. So in my previous marriage, we went to relationship therapy.
Don't put too much in your business.
No, I'm just saying we went to relationship therapy. And we went to one session and the session was cool. We went to the second session, and as therapists do, they start digging. So the therapist said, well, you said he has a communication problem, right? And she said, yes, he does. So she said, well, let me ask you this question. You said he's detached. Yes. So he doesn't give any emotions or feelings. No, he does not. You guys have how many kids total? 3. Do the children have a hard time getting any emotions from him? No, not at all. Matter of fact, they get all the emotion. So she went, and wrote it in her book. And then she asked a series of questions, to make a long story short. And then she looked at the paper, and she looked at her, and then she looked at her notes, and then she looked at me, because I knew she was uncomfortable with what she had to say in this room. And she says, well, Mrs. Blocker, sounds like you may have a communication issue. Because she said, well, if the children can get it, we're talking, how old are your children again? We gave a list. Well, because, she had a son, so gave a list of the kids, all 3. She said, well, if he was being an asshole to the kids, I could see that he would be emotionally detached. There has to be some communication barriers that we need to work on between y'all two. Boy, we got out of that therapy session. I sat like this, and I turned and looked, and it just felt like I just felt heat on the side of my face. You ever see that meme where the lioness is yelling at the lion? That was me. I'm just like, I swear to God, I didn't say it though. Because that bee don't know me. You must know her. Didn't you say you knew her? Yes. We ain't going back to that bee. And I just felt heat because of communication. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Why did that trigger you so? For you to react in such a way? If somebody is saying, first of all, let's be candid here. When you go to therapy, you have to be prepared for something like that. They're going to tell you some things about yourself that you do not like.
Hey, man. Yeah, I just got hit up this weekend. I'm like, you know what? Let's cut this. I'll see you in 2 weeks, buddy.
Many a times I'm gonna say, give me my damn credit card back because I didn't ask for this shit. But you have to be prepared and to know that you are going to hear some things about yourself that you do not like. But that is a part of growth. Growth causes, and you have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
Bruh, I was in that car. I was like Two-Face. One side of my face was just melting. I'm like, I didn't do it. I didn't say it. Bruh. When I tell you, she was so mad at me for something I didn't even say. I'm like, I didn't even say that. She said it. You must know that bitch. I do, but
even in knowing her, why isn't her statement still valid?
Because she sided with you because she knows you. And it was one of those situations where you see somebody get caught and they don't know how it's uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Therapy for me, it makes me laugh. All right, you figured it out. Now, damn it, what? Tear, cry, and let's get back on it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be like, how dare you tell me? And it's so like I said, you felt the heat. I feel like this brother's in a very similar situation where it's like we're going to therapy and even that ain't working. So now what do I do? You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know. And I just feel for him. Because if you paying the bills, but you also know that your businesses are hurting, then that's stress. Mm-hmm. And so where do you get the relief if this is what you're coming home to?
Especially when you're saying something like, "Oh, well, I try to look nice for him." Girl, we are in debt.
I don't care what you look like.
I don't care what you
because I probably paid for it on a credit card. And now I'm tripping.
When is the last time you sat down and asked them, "How was your day and how
feel?
Can I help?"
How you feel? Once again, I thank God for where I'm at, and this is gonna be one of the days where I go home and hey, hug, lovey, smooches and smooches and smooches, because I do appreciate the communication barriers being broken to where we can talk. It saves lives, man. Mm-hmm. Got to be able to communicate in all your relationships, not just your intimate relationships, in all your relationships, even at work. You got to be able to communicate. If you don't communicate and you hold that shit in, now you end up with this shit here, looking crazy, with somebody texting somebody crazy that don't even want you.
And I can tell you, even with the work and professional aspect, it's very freeing just to be able to tell them exactly, look, this is how it is. Because the whole that in, like you said, that's nothing but stress. And before you know it, you don't feel good. Your body is all tense. You're out here looking crazy. You're angry. You're projecting on people. You're yelling. He said, communicate.
And all that was me not too long ago. So I can co-sign every last one. I'm like, I tell you, get that stress up off you, man.
Nobody has time for that. And which is why I'm also appreciative of seeing stories about people who are getting married later in life, because I do feel like taking your time, getting to know you, getting to know, how you communicate and things like that, that makes for a better relationship and marriage in some cases. But like you said, people are still going to be changed. People are still going to change. But I think once you get to an older mindset, you kind of realize that, like, look, this is my person. I'm just going to roll with the punches instead of you weren't the person that you were when we were in our 20s. Like, I'm not the same person that I was a week ago.
You ain't show. I just decided me. You didn't show. What I'm supposed to stay the same way?
And things happen. People end up going through grief. People lose jobs or they get new jobs. They, weight changes and fluctuates. And you find out that you might end up having an underlying, mental illness or whatever have you.
Are you reading my personal life again?
Shut up.
Come on, man. They don't need to know all these things. God. Oh, man.
I'm just saying, things happen. Show people some grace and be willing to move, like you said, with the ebb and flow of it all. And like one of my coworkers said, if you are going to sit here and get married with someone, you have to wake up and realize, why am I with this person, and not decide on that day, both of you, that you want to get a divorce because it's something worth fighting for.
And like Mom said, when you're dealing with a person in the very beginning, you can't you can't put stipulations on anything. Bottom line, if this were not to change and this person stayed the same for the rest of your life, would you be happy? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then you have to start doing some work. If the answer is yes, then you know you got something. But at the end of the day, you can't expect someone to change, and then you can't expect someone to remain the same.
Mhm.
Like, so you got to be able to be comfortable where a person is at their baseline so that you know as they start to move, if you love that person, I move with you.
Mhm.
But if I already don't like you at your baseline, then what am I doing here?
What are we doing? What
If
are
I'm
we doing?
already flaws, your flaws just make me cringe, then what am I really doing in this relationship in the first place? And so many people do that. And I think that's why we have the situations that we do, with seeing so many divorces and people talking that crazy falling out of love stuff. Well, because these are emotions and things like that that you have that you can't explain, but it ain't necessarily love, because the moment the person changes, then now everybody goes crazy. And we can't do that. Let's be more emotionally intelligent
Mhm.
and accountable for ourselves prior to entering people in.
Mhm.
And like you said, take your time. The one thing I think is a great blessing of waiting for a long time to get married is I know that nigga. The nigga knows me.
There you go.
But I'm all right with it.
Mhm.
And hopefully you're all right with it. I'm all right with it. And I think more people should do that. That rushing into it thing, you don't know how a person gonna be when real trials and tribulations come up. That's what has you writing these type of letters right here.
Right.
And so prevent yourself from doing it and go through some seasons with some people to see how they respond. Okay, now if you'd have been with him long enough and seen, okay, well, this is how he handles being broke, because we all go through it.
Mhm.
All right, well, then now this is where I can help. Okay, and then he looks at it, okay, this is her problem with communication. Now I can help.
Mhm.
Now we can go through it. But then when all that starts to hit at the same time and you haven't been through those trials, you don't know where and how to take those hits. And through time, you can, like, oh, I could take this hit on the shoulder, or I take this hit on the chest, so I can take this. You know how to take those hits so that you don't take things so personally and everything hits you in the heart.
Right.
Because sometimes it does not have to hit your heart, because that person may be going through something and now they're projecting, and you can catch it like, oh, you ain't mad at me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just the person that's here.
Mhm.
And not saying that that's healthy, but at least understanding it gives you the ability to even check a person like, I don't know what you mad at
ain't got
me.
nothing to do with
Yeah,
me.
I don't know what you mad at me about.
And that is key. And I think that's something that a lot of people do need to work on, because they immediately think, like get your boy Shay, where you're immediately like in attack and defense mode, where it's like, dude, take a step back, look at the
Loosen your
situation.
shirt.
Yeah.
Loosen
Take a
them
step
pants.
back and just realize that everybody is going through something. And that's something I even had to realize with some of my coworkers, where eventually they were projecting their insecurities because never have they ever been challenged, number one, by somebody half their age, and then two, by someone who doesn't look like them.
Mhm.
So now it's a problem, because it's like, who do you think you are as this young Black girl coming in here telling me that I'm not doing my job? I'll tell you who I am. This person, where I'm showing up with numbers and statistics. So, but in that moment, I realized you're not mad at me. You're mad at the simple fact that you don't know how to do your job at the level that you should be performing at. So,
And then you project it to me.
right.
And so, yeah.
So do better, people.
Yeah, I'm
Did
sorry.
we have a comment? I'm
We
sorry.
did.
Oh, people can't take when you change. No, I meant people can't take when you mature and they don't know how to. That is, yeah.
Correct. Because my evolution is some form of maturity. Rarely do you see people regress and be like, man, you're getting more dumb by the years. You learn from it and you start to sculpt who you are. Then you start plateauing when you get to a certain age, and now you are who you are.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so the maturation process, I don't know why I feel like a therapist right now, but the maturation process,
This nigga.
it's a lot of life experience.
We are the worst. Like this nigga.
Oh, trauma. And I'm over here like, oh, I'm trying to tell people don't do what I've done. You're like, he's done it all. He was he was a loser, guys. No. Seriously. Just went about things the wrong way. And a lot of us do, because we're not focusing on our growth as much as we're focusing on everything external. The more that we focus on the maturation internally and figuring out what we want to do, it makes it easier to get what you want out of life.
Yeah.
When you're not sure of what you want to do, what you want things to look like, then it's hard for you to process how other people move. Because then you attach yourself with people that it don't like. So when you said, why did you make this choice of this woman? Because I didn't know me well enough to know that this is not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? It was the external things that caused me to be like, ooh, now I'm looking for somebody to talk about my feelings. She never cared about my feelings in the first place. Because if we can go back and think, maybe I never even had a conversation about my feelings.
And it wasn't priority.
But if I know what I want, then I will refuse to just barter my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel is important. And you should know that. Like, I'm not going to negotiate how I feel unless it's somebody who I feel like I need to invest with and we are growing together. That's the maturation part. But in these early phases of people getting together and meeting each other and what you bring to the table and all these crazy ass conversations, that's just ridiculous. I don't even know you well enough to talk about my table.
I had a guy ask me that.
Uh-oh. We got a graphic. We're going to hear it before we get out of here. And here we go. This will be how we close the day.
I had a guy ask me that. I'm really trying to stay in the dating game. But to your point, the more you get to know yourself, the more you realize how
it's hard to compromise, man.
Oh, nigga. And I enjoy my peace. It's me and my dog, and however my house is exactly how it's going to be when I show up, when I leave. There's no issues. I know what to expect. I don't have to worry about anybody just messing up my mood. And that's the one thing I don't miss about relationships, where I'm going to bed thinking about, oh, we could have communicated better. I don't know how like that. I don't like how that that conversation went. I don't miss that.
You get past it. And you turn into, I'm going to sleep.
And that I want to get to that point, but I'm an overthinker, so I'm constantly thinking like, what could I have said better? What could I have done better? I don't want that person to feel a certain type of way or whatever have you.
Love you, smooches.
And I do that across the board. I do that with friends. I do that at work. So that's my problem.
Amen.
However, when we're starting off and just having conversation, let's just have conversation. I purposely don't put on my profile what it is that I do for work. I purposely don't hint at, the things that I do as far as TDS goes, because I don't want anyone to know, and I don't want them to make any sort of assumptions, because as soon as they find out like, oh, well, you have this type of job or you do this, oh, you must have, get to know me first. And then we can talk about that later. That should not be priority. But there was one guy where we're having a conversation, and that comes up where he's like, well, I feel like it's necessary for me to sometimes ask, what is it that a person brings to a table? And I guess he
I hate that question.
He felt as though because he's an entrepreneur or whatever have you, that it's like, oh, well, I can kind of like see what it is that you're bringing because I do this, that, and the third. Not knowing that I work full time and I'm an entrepreneur. So it's just like, what? And I asked him, I said, well, why do you feel like that is necessary? Why can't we just have conversations and get to know each other? Because eventually you'll find out my qualities, my likes, my dislikes, my non-negotiables, and you'll realize whether or not I'm somebody that you want to spend time with or I'm somebody that you don't want to spend time with. But to ask that question up front, I could just give you my representative. I can say anything.
Did he express himself to you?
As far as
what he does and all that stuff?
So eventually he did. He was talking about this model that he made, where essentially he has bonnets that have headphones in it or something like that. But I forgot what he does, as his full time.
What Chinese beauty shop is he selling that in?
I don't know.
It's not in Target.
I don't know. I'm not going to crush anybody's dreams. I'm like, if that's what you want to do, by all means, you go for it.
What did that patent look like?
I don't know.
You do good by not letting me ever come across these niggas. The same face I'm making now looking at you like, what did the patent look like, nigga? Let me see.
I don't
Because if you don't have a patent, then you ain't talking about nothing. You just glued some shit from Five Below into a bonnet and said, look.
I didn't get into
Is he making money from this project?
Not really. Most of his money is coming from his actual full time. But I'm not even talking to this guy anymore.
No, I was going to say, because who's going to buy that? A headphone bonnet?
Somebody may. I don't know. I'm not going to
squash high school
anybody's
kids.
dreams.
These girls,
yes,
they'll buy it because anything extra ratchet works.
But I'm not going to squash anybody's dreams because I wouldn't want anybody to do it, because they might be like, radio station. What? Just like the guy that, was like, oh, you do a podcast, and got mad about it, and then, unmatched me. I'm like, okay.
But it's dope. What did he do?
I don't even remember what he did. I don't know. But just
I'm about to go Shay on that nigga.
But to that point, I don't want to crush his dreams, because you know what? Somebody may be out here who wants a bonnet with headphones. So whatever. But the issue of the matter is, he was so hell bent on like, oh no, I need to ask that question because I want to know. And I feel like that's how you really get to know a person. And I'm like, it's not. But like I told him, I said, we can agree to disagree. And I'm noticing that there are a lot of adults who have an issue with that statement. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I think how I think, you think how you think. We're not going to come to any sort of, common grounds here. So let's agree to disagree. If you want to continue to ask that question, go for it. But I'm not going to answer that, because ask me other questions to get to know me. That's all.
Well, what do you bring to the table? These niggas.
And then, and that's another reason why I don't say it, because the moment that I start listing what it is that I do, men get intimidated.
But that's not your problem.
And it's not my problem. So that's why I'm just like, let's take it off of the table until it just comes up naturally. But as soon as I come out of, because one guy thought that he wanted to make a joke like, oh, so what do you do marketing wise? And then when I told him exactly everything that I did, nigga ain't say nothing else.
I'm like, man, well, as long as you cool with a McDonald's, nigga, because that's what I am, then let's roll. You good with that?
But I feel like it's this endless cycle of competition. I'm not trying to compete I don't want to compete with you. You have your lane, I have mine. If anything, how can we complement each other? How can we build? How can we help one another? But it's just like, oh, you got this, or you do that, or oh, you got this little this or this little that. Don't do that.
Well, because men, as we talked about with Shay, immediately go to competition, and a lot of people don't know how to win, and a lot of this stuff is ego driven. So then they get on their high horse, and somebody has said something crazy to you to make you feel less than. Because truth be told, what difference does it make? Because we're not married.
Right.
So you doing whatever you do and me doing whatever I do, our lanes haven't crossed or combined yet, because we're just getting to know each other. So what's the big deal?
Can you ask these niggas that?
So you do what you do, and I do what I do, and our lanes haven't crossed or combined yet. So what's the big deal? We're still two individuals.
Facts.
So what you bring to the table and what I bring to the table at this current time and space right now will not be the only thing at this table if we combine our lanes. So some people may say, well, is it worth combining the lanes? That's not going to be based upon what the person brings to the table. That's going to be based upon who the person is. Because we've all seen people deal, date, marry people that you're like, huh? because it has nothing to do with what they bring to the table. It's how you feel about that person.
Mhm.
So if how you feel about that person is attached to what they bring, then you're only worried about that piece of a person who has multiple facets. And so you've wasted your time, or you've wasted an opportunity to get to know everything about a person because you just want to know one thing about a person. It's the biggest mistake that you can make, is ask the question of what do you bring to the table, when in time you will find out, if you know how to pace yourself, strategically ask questions, engage in other things, it'll let you know everything you need to know. But I'm coming from a time that you had to text people hitting one button multiple times. A, B, 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 B.
And remember when having your own phone line was like I got my own phone line.
I come from a time where you better talk quick because you can get off my damn phone. Didn't I tell you I needed the phone by 8:30? So you got to hurry up.
But the crazy thing is, the guys that I am, in the, I guess, the arena with or whatever, they are our age. Like my age range is from 35 to 43. So but for whatever reason, it's
43.
Like, yes, there's like this
Don't
shit.
deal
Well,
with
I told
us.
you about the guy that was living with his mom. He was 43 that didn't know what it is that he wanted to do with his life.
Don't deal
Like,
with us.
There,
You're better off going that way.
Nigga said,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I don't get it, and now I really don't have anything to do because I ended things with my situationship, so I'm just out here, This sucks.
Yeah, the situationship.
Oh yeah, and it's a shame because I've known him longer than I've known any of the guys that I've been in relationships with. He and I have been off and on, but like I told him, we now have to close this chapter because our connection is no longer beneficial to me. So you got to go.
Nobody wants to hear that his sister hasn't been. What? I couldn't even get out. Hey, what? Nobody wants to hear that.
When you're single, you can have situationships. It's like,
What?
But I am saddened.
Definitely the chirp phones, cause right, the whole next tail. You'd be like, what? And if you had the chirp, you was somebody, because then you had that Nokia that you had to make sound, or not the Nokia, but the little Nokia joint that you had to try to make it sound like something from Cricket Wireless.
Downloading ringtones and
Downloading ringtones for that person that cost you 25 cents per ringtone, and you didn't know till you got that goddamn bill. See, that's the type of investment we put up before we knew what that person had in turn.
I'm just saying.
That 50-50. That 50-50 cheese. I'm telling you, because you're never going to get a real answer. Nobody's ever going to answer that for real.
And you would think we were having these conversations with people who were from a younger generation. I'm talking about legit millennials here. Millennials and what is it? Gen Z? No, Gen X.
Mhm.
Gen X and then millennials. I'm talking about that age gap. So and you understand, and I don't get it. I don't know what's happening here. Like, people have gotten lazy. Like you said, I don't know if it's the accessibility of like, I can just find whatever.
I can just swipe.
Yeah.
I can just swipe. And it's like looking at a catalog. Swip, 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 swip. So you just keep going. And then, okay, that doesn't work. Flip. Okay, that doesn't work. Flip. That's no different than music. Like I said, the worst thing that has happened to artists is that we have the ability to have every single CD when it drops immediately. There's no, I'm broke. I can't go get the CD right now. Or, this CD is here, and then I gotta listen to it until I like it. Because there's songs that you listen to and eventually you liked it.
Yeah.
Everything is just right now, right now, right now, right now. So then people asking the 50-50 question, they're cheating themselves of what the potential growth of this person could be. Because you want to know right now, well, what do you bring to the table?
Right.
And it's like, me? Well, what do you do? Okay, well, I do X, Y, Z. I don't want that. Flip, next, flip, next, flip, next. And that's whack.
Which is why there's so many people out here.
I don't think I could survive in this game.
It's tough. And that's one of the reasons why I'm okay with being by myself. Like, as of right now. Like, of course you get lonely, but when you realize that it's so much more peaceful being by yourself and you're not having to deal with, this micro attention, generation that we have out here where people don't know how to have conversations, where people don't know how to open up, or like, oh, I got to do this, or I got to handle this by myself. Okay, whatever. You do whatever it is you want to do, but don't think that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to put up with that, because that is insane. What is happening here?
Yeah.
Or people responding like children or whatever have you. Like, I just, with my ex, where I'm just like, whatever it is you're going through, I'm like, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Talk to me. I'm right here. I'm listening. You have my full attention. Oh no, this is something I got to go through by myself. So how are we in a relationship? So then let you handle it by yourself, because I don't know how to help you in this moment. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to fuck up my peace, because you don't want to tell me what's going on, so that we can collectively try to figure this out and help you get whatever it is that you need.
Fellas, if you have a woman you can't talk with and y'all figure it out together, you got the wrong woman. And it's okay. You find that out in the dating phase of who you can and cannot talk to. But if you have a woman where you have a problem and you can't talk to her about said problem, I promise you, you got the wrong woman. If you're worried about, oh, you're going to throw it in my face, you got the wrong woman. You have the wrong woman. The one thing I can say about Dame Dash, he says a lot of crazy shit, but the one thing I can say about him is men need to stop hanging around men so much and find one woman and get it right. Like, because the person can add value to your life when you get it right. But the vetting process can be fun. You can vet the certain people until you find the person that meets the need. But when you cut yourself off by saying, what do you bring to the table? You haven't even taken the time to find out the pros, cons with this person, because a relationship is give and take. So stop doing this dumb shit. Stop watching these social media young niggas give y'all this terrible advice. The advice is fucking terrible, because they are talking to women to whom are tight-casted, young and young-minded. I rarely see these guys talk to a woman who has some type of something with her behind her name, director of this, or employed by this, entrepreneur by this. They talking about people who are searching for somebody that they can get something from.
Right.
Versus somebody that says, I'm not asking you for anything. So if you have a person that you find that's not asking you for anything, then 50-50 is not fucking important, because they're not asking you for anything. What you got is what you got. What I got is what I got. How do we win? It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. Example, my old boss mom used to talk Bill Gates, but left him because he was only interested in computers, but she was only interested in the now.
Ridiculous. I just need people to do better. And I mean, it's I don't know how to sound like them, because nobody's specifically asking me the question. It's good when people ask me the question in reference to men and their behavior, because I was an ass. Then I was kind of an ass. Then I transitioned out of being an ass to be like, oh, that's how this works. Then you look back like, sorry. Ugh. And what I see on the TV and what I see on the on social media and what I see in people scrolling are these egotistical assholes trying to explain what being a man is about, when the number one thing about being a man is really not something that you can explain. It's something that you do. Being a man is not something that I could sit here and say, now, all right, now emotionally, Kim, this is how we respond. Nope, can't do that, because we're multifaceted. No different than you can't speak for every woman right now, because you're multifaceted. So that means that when we sit down and have a conversation, I have to identify who you are and you have to identify how I am. It has nothing to do with 50-50, because no relationship is 50-50. And then the guys who come to the table, who are the ones that are going to say, oh, I'll pay for everything for you. Women, that comes with a price.
Oh, it definitely comes with
it comes with a price. Don't believe the bullshit that you see where, oh, I'm going to take care of everything for you. That shit comes with a price.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling something to get that. So don't even put yourself in the mindset of, I want that. Because if you're not willing to give something or some piece of you up for this person's ego, because that's what it's going to be, because there's going to be another woman who's going to fall at his feet and you may not do that, don't even put yourself in that lane. It won't work. So take your time to vet the people that you need to vet until you find somebody who you can say, all right, we can work together. Now, the problem with that is many men are on the bullshit of, what do you bring to the table? And
Or they're weird.
I don't understand it. And I keep looking down because it's just like, it's frustrating because I'm thinking of all the dudes who say this dumb shit. And I know you got to say dumb shit to go viral. You have to. You have to say dumb shit to go viral. I just refuse to say dumb shit to go viral because some of that shit is just not true. Like when you were gone, the gentleman said, men can't be whores, they're whore makers. And we played the video of him saying that men can't be whores, men are whore makers. And so I went to the definition of whore. Now this man is 34 years old.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
34 years old. I go to the definition of whore and it says a prostitute, basically. And then it actually specifically had a definition for men where it was defining like a male gigolo, somebody who does something for something.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, I know some of you dusty ass niggas done did something for PlayStations.
Mm-hmm.
You done did something for shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have. You've done.
What?
I was younger.
Tax return season's coming up.
When I was, and that was the other thing I said. And don't act like we ain't seen these brothers hugging on women with tax return, talking about let me flip your tax return. I done seen it. So, sure, by definition, you're a whore. Then the other part was, it said like a promiscuous woman. I said, okay, well then that, once again, you can't sit down and okay, the body count thing is subjective. What is promiscuous to one is going to be different for another. It does not, you can have a preference, but to label all women based upon your preference is wrong. You may have a number in your head, and if that number does not work, if you have that conversation, then you make that decision. Nobody's going to tell you not to have a standard for yourself. But to make somebody else feel like, it may not bother the next dude.
Right.
So it may not be your cup of tea.
I'll tell you one thing. This one chick that I knew in college, everybody called her a whore. She married.
Do I know her? Oh, I was going to say, where's she?
No.
What's going on?
They're like, oh, she did, she that, she married. And there's a lot of people that I know that ain't. So I'm just saying.
Same thing. I know somebody right now, and Lord knows I won't say their name, but ever since the Boys and Girls Club days, they was calling her a whore. She's happily married with 2 kids. And so it's subjective. And when we start to batter women with these words and make them feel less than on these social media channels where they sitting there looking stupid, holding their head down, I think it just disgusts me, man. Like those fresh and fit guys, even though the one is a
never invite a doctor or someone highly educated on their platform. Never.
Nah, and the one is a cop. The light-skinned one is a cop.
Right.
I promise you.
Isn't he Saudi Arabian?
I don't know what he is, but he was a cop. He was an actual like FBI agent. Like that is legit. You can Google it. And he knows how to interrogate people. He makes people say stupid things. And most of those girls that get up there, if you notice, they all got cups in their hand. They've been drinking and drunk. Then they're going to say stupid, loose things. He nails them to make them feel stupid about what they said and done. And then everybody sits there, laugh and joke and on the benefit of these young ladies. That man is also mid to latter 30s.
See what I'm saying?
What is wrong with you?
See what I'm saying?
I can't get down with it, man.
I don't know what is happening, but I would like for somebody to answer that. What is happening with these, some of the guys, I'm not going to say all, but some of the guys that are in that age range of like 33 Like I said, to 43. What happened? What is going on? Was it crack? Like,
That's a real. That's a real.
Is it like, are we technically the descendants of crack?
Oh yeah, we are.
Okay, well, is that it?
We are the descendants of crack.
Because I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening.
The descendants of crack, and then the ones underneath us are the babies of Freaknik.
Which their documentary is coming out next month. I'm super excited for that. But if somebody can explain that to me, maybe it is crack.
Damn, it's crack. Born in the 80s, crack baby.
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna have to start asking people that. Like, did your mom try crack? What about your dad?
that's a real. Now we're gonna get dragged like Shay Shay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it might be crack.
And
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna say it's men because I've met some really strange women too, where I'm like, what is happening? What is this? I mean, because like I said, my good friend Kia, the sex therapist, she can tell you all about her, dating experience being a lesbian woman. Where I'm like, what? What?
Mad Dog 50/50 or 2020. That's what it is. I didn't drink that shit.
Yeah.
Mad Dog 2020 and Old English did this to us.
Ew. That sounds gross. Old English.
The malt liquor
Ugh.
that they make fun of in every Spike Lee movie. The bomb. It makes you get your groove on. Yeah. 40 ounces and Mad Dog killed us.
I guess so.
Single family homes and crack.
I guess because I don't get it. But maybe what I should do, I know you won't do it, but I think it would be a really good experiment if I let you have my dating profile and respond on behalf of me, just so you can see what these guys are saying. Bean, hi.
What? Respond as you?
Yeah, just so you can see what these guys are saying.
Do you want me to respond as you as I know you, so I would think that this is how you would respond, or I'm allowed to respond how I want to respond?
You can respond how you want to respond.
Oh man, that's great podcast radio
Would
content.
You really do it?
Hell yeah!
I will.
So I did that. Okay, so and then we gotta go.
Yes.
I did that for a woman at my job at Tammy Lynn. So her and her husband was having a horrible argument, and I said he's deflecting. She was like, "What do you mean he's deflecting?" I said he's deflecting.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga cheating.
Ooh.
No, he ain't. I said, okay, let me respond like I think you should respond, and watch this. I killed him. She went home and said, he asked, can we sit down and pray together? Swear to, you know who was there? Remember the coworker I had, Ebony?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was her girlfriend that I did it to. So there is a person who actually could co-sign and say, yes, he did. I responded like I was her. And I was killing him, and he was like, "You're gonna make me cry. Don't do that." And I was rocking his ass. She said when she got home the next day when she came to work, she said when I got home, he gonna grab my hand talking about we need to pray together.
Don't make this about Jesus. Don't do that.
Nah,
Don't
I'm
do
trying
that.
to tell you
Don't do
because
that.
these Negroes are soft. They put on a front, and if you do know how to talk to them, you can break them down. The problem is they don't expect you to talk that way. Because if somebody said, what do you bring to the table? And they hit you with that, well, what do you bring to the table? Why are we having that conversation? It's the first thing out, straight up. Well, because XYZ, ABC, da. All right, pull out your W-2. Let me pull out my W-2. If mine is greater than yours, then I don't want to talk to you. Bet you that what we bring to the table don't mean shit no goddamn more. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of these niggas who bring that what you bring to the table, they ain't making it. So pull the W-2 out, nigga. Let's treat it like spades. Joker, deuce, ace. And let's see.
I will gladly give you my phone.
I'll
Sometimes
do it
I
in a
feel like I'm
heartbeat.
being too mean, but maybe I'm not.
I want to do it. Okay. Give me the phone and I'll tell you. Like, first, if anybody asks me, that's the first thing I'm going to say. You willing to show your W-2? I want to see your W-2. I'll show you mine. You show me yours. And I watch. It's going to change the whole conversation. Well, why you got to do that? Cuz so many people lie. I ain't afraid about how much I make, or you, and then have a screenshot with your social security stuff blocked out. Bang. I guarantee niggas will look and swipe. And swipe.
I'm here for it.
Because you got to punch them in the face. So then now, if you want to have that type of conversation, well, then let's fight. And then on top of that, here go my show. Here go a show. Here go a show. Here go. Watch those and then holler at me. And then listen to my radio here. See, you hold it back. If I
get mad.
If I was to respond, I'm already mad, as you can see. I come on the scene. You got to calm me down. I'm already on the scene hot. Because why did you ask me that? So once I start chipping and slicing and anging. Now, is that enough to have this conversation? Yeah, because these women out here, but I don't want to have it. Swipe. Then you just hit them with that one. Hit them with the rock. It doesn't matter what you make.
And then that's another thing, because what's your debt to income ratio? Because you could make good money, but if you in debt, then you really ain't bringing home nothing.
This is TDS Radio. Our voice. So we'll see everybody tomorrow.
And the music stops. It said, "That's enough, bitch. Shut up."
That's what? Now it's personal.
You been dug too deep. I'm just saying.
What?
I can take it there, but I try not to take it there because I know how I am. So that's why I'm like, let's just not even answer that question.
We can. Any segment is just a grind my gears segment at any given time. Because we had a show. There's still people we didn't show on the thing. But you know what? Shay took us here. Mm-hmm. And that damn letter. I wish we could talk to that lady, but she's anonymous. So
she said, please hide.
Please hide. Mm-hmm. That's some bullshit. We need to find out who runs that social media page and go live when we read those letters on that page.
Oh. Yeah.
To get other people to get involved. That's business on. God damn it. Sorry. Did it again. Talking personal. Like we're in the living room. Mm-hmm. Hey, we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes.
And hopefully I didn't tell too much of my business without telling my business. And we'll be here tomorrow, God willing.
Valentine's Day.
We'll be here tomorrow.
You gonna wear red?
No.
Oh. Pink?
I don't think I can fit my pink shirt.
Oh.
It makes me look like Kirby from Nintendo. Niggas gonna be Shay and me. Why you think I wear black? Gives you the perfect shadowing, baby. So I've been learning about these damn cameras. So we'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Hopefully everybody is safe tonight. And do we have anybody special tomorrow? No, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, so we don't got anybody special tomorrow. So you're just going to be dealing with me and Kim. This is TDS Radio.
Bye, Bean.
Bye, Lean Bean. God bless. TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.